So at that point, it was just like, man, like I could really just go do a gig and get the type of money I would get at a regular job for like the whole week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm not gonna DJ like every single day. You know, it could happen like if I'm doing clubs and stuff like that, but not private events. But at the end of the day, it's like a way better pay, and it allows me to work on other things that I do as well, like production and all that. Like nowadays, that I do all these different things. So
Right.
yeah, so like that allows me to work on all that without being stuck to like a desk or something.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Cause that's how like yeah, man, that's dope. It's dope that you found that shit out early.
Exactly.
Because for me, bro, I look at it as time versus money, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people don't look at it like that. Like they be like, oh, get your benefits. But at the same time, bro, people be enslaved by the benefits instead of being a hustler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like real.
You close yourself too many doors, by trying to just look at the, like you said, the benefits and knowing that a lot of times it's not even that beneficial.
Nah, right.
You're right. You're right.
Benefits ain't even beneficial.
Yeah. You wasting your time. So I got a question, man. You were saying you're into executive producing now.
Yeah.
So is that something you want to continue to do and put the DJing on the back burner, or?
I wouldn't say I put it in the back, but yeah, I want to focus on that more. Yeah, because as far as DJing, I feel like I've done what I needed to do. What I wanted to do. I've tried the clubs, private events and all that. Like I've done it all already. So, I'm still young. You consider it, but
you ready to level up though?
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm trying to step up and do something bigger than that. Because I feel like a DJ can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? Like the title of a DJ, like whether I'm a club DJ or whatever, like I'm gonna sit here and be like 30, 34.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, but nobody want to go see a 50-year-old DJ, But I could sit behind a desk like a computer or something, and working on a record that's still gonna pop off for the young crowd, when I'm like 40, 50 years old. So that's something I want to do for the long run, the executive production.
Okay.
Respect.
So let me ask you this, man. I definitely respect that, man, because you always gotta have something for the future. You know what I'm saying? Because like every 10 years, future-wise, every shit got to transition, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta evolve like a fucking Pokemon in these streets. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
And that's like thinking of retirement. Like on a different type of level. Because like people got the. What was it, a 401k or something?
Yeah, 401k.
So people are like always planning towards that. I guess like us as independent workers, like we don't really have that. So at the end of the day, it's like I got to make sure I'm gonna be good too, and probably my kids, and my kids. So I got to figure that, and then the way I do it is by that, planning out on something that's gonna have longevity on what I'm doing right now. So something that's gonna build up equity and money and all that all the way to the end. So,
exactly.
So we can have that ready for the kids.
Right.
That I ain't got none.
Yeah, so you good, man. That's dope, bro. You be selfish as fuck. I heard the fuck out of that, man. I ain't mad at real shit, man. Until you make it where you want to make it, man. And because a lot of people, they usually have them early or something like that. That's what I say, man. I got a daughter.
It's cool having kids, when you're young too, so you can be young for your kids and everything. Right. But the way I see it too, it is like I've seen so many of my homies like struggle with their kids and all that, and like that's cool, like a lot of them step up and do the thing as parents, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to bring a kid to this life if I'm not ready for it.
I feel you.
It's like they suffer a lot too, and it's like I suffer too, not having the funds, to really like live up like my other homies and like that. So I don't want that to happen to
That's
them.
dope. That's understandable.
I got a very, very serious question. You got your clippers?
Nah, I don't.
He need a haircut, He need a haircut.
Should have told me, bro.
So I was
I
was reading the description and I was told that you were a barber, man, but you don't got your clippers.
He said you got your
clip right now. It's like nah. But
I'm DJ Lico today, and not.
He on the Superman Lois as well. He went to the phone booth real quick and changed it. I'm a DJ right now, homie. You can't.
But no, I just said that to say, like, he's executive producing, he's engineering and everything like that. And we're just respecting the fact that you were in multiple facets. So another thing that you spoke about when we were reading your, your bio was the fact that you are as well a barber. Yeah. So he's not just, scratching your beats, you know what I'm saying? He's really making sure that you shaped up and proper for your tours and everything of that sort. So tell us a little bit about your experience getting into the industry as a barber and you've been getting a little bit of backlash as well, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about all that.
I started cutting hair around the time I started DJing too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a minute too. Like I've been improving people's image for 10 years already, you know. So,
That's dope.
yeah, the way it started was weird too. Like nobody in my family has ever cut hair or anything like that. Like I don't know where that came from, but I do remember just going to barbershops and just paying attention how like the barber be cutting my hair and everything. And a lot of times I went home and fixed it myself, and I didn't like it.
What?
So yeah, so then I remember one time, I think it was Thanksgiving Day or something like that, and my cousins were at home, and then one of my cousins' mom said, you need to go get a cut, like you know your hair is long as hell and everything. So we went to the streets and tried to find open barbershops, and everything was closed. And my dad had a pair of clippers, and I was like, I'll try it. You know, I've never, like, tried it on myself before, but I've never cut anybody else's hair, but I'll try it. So I did, and it came out cool.
Damn.
It wasn't bad on the first try. So from there, my brother said, "All right, cut my hair too." Then, so I did that, and I started cutting my dad's hair. Yeah. So then, you know, and then once I realized like I could do this too, same thing. You know, go back to DJing, and I put a price to it. So then, you know, I was like $5. Everybody $5. So all the close homies, you know, $5, chopping them up and everything. And then I was like, man, like. Coming out real nice, so I was like, matter of fact, it's
raise that
now.
price, huh?
It's $10 now.
Into that bag.
Yeah,
He
and
knew
then
his
word got
worth.
around school like that I was cutting hair. So man, like it was like my house was so packed all the time. Like I had 10, 15 people waiting for me.
What?
Yeah, word got around real quick, and then I would actually pull up to the basketball games, and then just cut everybody up in the locker room at school.
How much is you making a day legally?
You getting the more bags than a regular barber.
Yeah, like as a kid. Like, so you already had the hustle.
Yeah, like that's always been me. Man.
It's just natural, like.
Yeah, so then I started doing that in school too. The coach was cool too. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, you just bring your stuff here, and then we cut everybody in the locker room." So I was doing that, and then so you see me at school, my backpack, and then a little bag with clippers and everything.
Damn.
Walking around and everything. So you know, I started making my own money. Is that way I didn't have to like put a burden on my parents and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing that for 10 years, little by little too, and it kind of worked perfect because you know, hip hop and you know, and haircuts is like it's a must, bro. You know?
Hand in hand.
So
It's a marriage.
So it was always like it was always a mixture of that. You know, like I would go, for example, Dre Sinatra, you know Dre Sinatra?
I heard that name.
Yeah, that's my big bro. So like he told me one day, he's like, "Yo, like can you go do a
92.3,
gig for me?"
right?
Yeah, 92.3.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he had hit me and he said, can you go DJ this private event for me? I was like, yeah, for sure. So he shot me the address and everything. I pulled up and it was Mac Miller's house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so then I was DJing that party, and then his DJ Clockwork, he asked me how did this come about? I'm trying to figure it out how the haircuts came about. I think I might have told him or something I cut hair too. So then he was like, "Oh, cut me up." So then he figured out I'm a barber too. Yeah, so that I started cutting everybody up in that camp. You know, most
What?
Yeah. So then from there, you know, I came in as a DJ, and they found out I was cutting hair. So then he transferred me to DJ Money, which is Wale's DJ, as a barber. Like, oh, I got a homie that cuts hair. So then I go and started cutting him up, and then cut Wale up and everybody. So I started cutting everybody in that camp too. And then they found out I'm a DJ too. So it went back to the music, and then it was one time Money couldn't make it to Vegas to go do a show with Wale. So they hit me up like, "Yo, can you fill in for today?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." So then I went, and then once I did that gig for him, like it was a wrap. You know, like it went back to the music, back to the haircuts and everything got together in one place. You know.
Damn, bro. Hey, that's tight how both of your talents and your hustles could.
Yeah.
It's either or. It's like, that's dope as fuck. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know that. Like that's what I be telling these rappers. Like, you can't just go in as a rapper, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta have
more tricks under your sleeve. You
got
gotta be more versatile.
The more
Like-
incomes you got, the better, man.
Yeah.
You can't rely on one.
Hell no. Like, that dog, I do Lyft. I rap and I do radio.
Yeah.
So the thing is, with rappers, they gotta eat.
Bean pies too, man.
Yeah, and you stupid.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Man, for the listeners, the viewers, What's your nationality, man?
I'm Salvadorian.
Okay, you sure you don't got no Jamaican in you because you got like 50 jobs? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
2%.
Yeah, you out here grinding, man.
Yeah, he
you know what I
grinding.
mean?
He doing his thing. So, but that's what I be telling the artists, man. You gotta come at like sometimes like you may not have just came in as a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Somehow you gotta like you have to cut your way in there.
Another, and they found out I do all that, so then boom, like, something's gonna pop off, and they're gonna need me for one thing or another.
Exactly, man. They find value in your craft, man.
Man, has it ever been a time where they was calling you more for haircuts and it was getting you frustrated? You know what I mean? Like they forgetting you a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like
who? Like
just in general. Like which one is more important to you?
I don't know. I want to say I treat them both equally, but if a gig comes up, like I'm
you going for the money.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach, what you got for him, man?
So he said El Salvador.
El Salvadorian.
I gotta let y'all say that right, man.
Yes.
You the first El Salvadorian I ever met, man. Respect, man. Big history today.
Yeah.
But my question. So once again, reading to the notes, El Salvadorian. Tell us a little bit about this South American tour. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, that was dope, man. That was 2 years ago, I believe. So what happened is with my record label, Last Battalion Music. That's an independent record label. I started with my boy Young Nova, and so I signed this other guy. He's a Spanish artist, and we created this record that we sent to Colombia. So when we sent it to Colombia, they asked us to create more music for them. So we started producing and doing all that for them, and one of the records just really hit out there. Like it hit the top 100 out there.
Wow,
yeah,
congrats on that. Hold up, before we get in there, let's get a round of applause for that.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, so we peaked at like number 36, and then but here's the funny part about this, bro. When we did the record, because I write too, like I write music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then I wrote like the hook and one of the verses with him, and then the other artist wrote the other part, and he recorded that part, and then I recorded the part I wrote as a dummy, kind of like just a demo for someone else to record it. So then we sent it back to them, and it was like, oh, we love it, like that's the one, that's the one we need to push. So I said, all right, cool. So everything's good to go, production's done. So now we just need to know who's gonna feature on that record,
right?
To do that part. And it was like, no, don't touch it, leave it the way it is. And we're like, but that's me, like I just did the, you know what I'm saying, like I'm not the artist, like I'm production, And then so it was like, yeah, but don't touch it, like leave it like that. So we're like, all right, we're gonna run with that then. So we, once we sent it over there and we did the promo and everything, it was the other artist and DJ Legal coming on tour. So I was like part of like the front face of it, and then so we flew out to El Salvador first, and we did almost 3 weeks of touring out there, and then from there we flew out to Colombia, and then we did another 3 weeks, and man, it was like the craziest thing, bro. Like I'm talking about from the parties to like shows, food. I gained 15 pounds and like
eating that good food.
No sleep at all. Like because we had a daytime it was like TV, radio. Nighttime it was clubs, all the way to 3-4 in the morning, and then at 7, radio's like FM and all that. Like it's so early, bro. Like man, I can't wake up, but I was always the last one to get in the tour bus.
What is it? What is the time difference between that? Like, what is the jet lag time difference? It's like 8 hours or what? Because I mean, I know they had to fuck you up.
I think it's like 5.
Oh, okay, so it's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah, because we're still kind of like just down south. It's the same like direction. Yeah, so it was just like a 4 or 5 hour change. But still, like just coming home like at 4 in the morning and knowing like you had to be back up and showered by 6 in the morning so we can get to the station by 7. Damn, it was crazy, man. We did that for a whole month. Yeah.
Oh damn! I know you slept. I know you slept for a whole month after that shit.
I can wait to come back. Yeah.
Damn, man.
Actually, that we came back like on a Monday, and they had a party out here for us. Welcome back party.
Oh what? Oh,
you ain't even want that. You ain't even want that. He was like,
damn.
So we got here, and then we went to the party and everything. We was just, having fun and everything. And we're like, all right, like tomorrow, back to the studio. And everybody was like, nobody's showing up, right?
Yeah.
We're going to sleep. Yeah, so we didn't go to the studio for like a whole week, just sleeping all day. Yeah.
I heard the fuck out of that, man. That's dope as fuck, bro.
So you ain't tell us you was a rapper as well.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I turned into that for like a whole month and a half.
Hey.
I'm telling you, he Jamaican, y'all.
He got 1,000 gigs, got 1,000 bags. So I don't think DJ Show told you, man, but anytime somebody say they're a rapper, singer, DJ, I wish you brought your equipment, they gotta spit a hot 16.
Man.
They gotta sing they gotta sing something. Anytime you gotta show your talent on
You ain't gotta do it.
So we need that just on top.
Man, I'm DJ Lico though. So
DJ today.
He put the DJ hat on. He said, hey.
DJ hat on.
I might have to play something I produce or something. I could do that.
You want to introduce the song, man?
Yeah.
Go ahead, introduce the song, man. Go tell them about it.
Let me see what I'm going to play first.
All right, for sure, man. Hell yeah, because after this, we're going to go on a commercial break right now. And, we're about to listen to some shit by DJ Lico, man, that he produced. Yeah. Executive producer. Executive produce.
For y'all that's not in the industry, there's a big difference between EP and producing.
And I just found that out this year.
Yeah, because especially in films like executive producing, you might not put a hand on it for real. Yeah. It's just for the
you bringing the pieces together though. Yeah. Executive produce kind of bring the pieces together.
Yeah, this one I produced and executive produced the whole project. Yeah. So this one's my artist, Young Nova. He's in Last Battalion Music. He's one of the ones that came with us on tour to South America. And we got a whole EP coming out from him too. So this one's called So Much on My Mind, featuring Jay Stone from All Money In.
Go ahead, drop that shit.
Yeah. I'm money in, I'm money out without a doubt. If Jay Stone, I know they see me on the tour every day at these shows. Hustling with these bankrolls, they don't know I got so much. I know they see me on the tour every day at these shows. Hustling with these bankrolls, they don't know I got so much. In the street with a blunt, just to cope with emotions. But they don't see a nigga grinding, they don't know that I'm focused. They just assume that I'm addicted cause they see that I'm smoking. No, they see certain shit, but certain things they don't notice. They don't know, actions speak louder than words. They don't know, I came straight from the crib. That's right in my shit, ain't no speaking in monotone. Just told me keep dreaming over, your visions is powerful. And I know, the prophecy clear. This ain't happen no accident, I'm supposed to be here, nigga. This is my year, nigga, next year's my year, nigga. You see where I'm going with it? She's talking, I let them bigger. They talking like Anchorman, my pockets are getting big. Dealing with more shit than that dinner shit, cause these niggas is trips. Even my girl on my neck, sometimes I feel like I got the world. They see me on the tour every day at the shows. Hustling with these bankrolls, they don't know I got so much. I know they see me on the tour every day at the shows. Hustling with these bankrolls, they don't know I got so much. Swear to God, they can't stop me. Haters can keep watching. I'm just on my shit. Bitches, they say I'm cocky. I came up for selling tapes out the trunk. 25-8 beating brakes off these punks. My flow so wet you can slip. So watch your step. You don't wanna fall. You don't wanna ball with a team that roll beans and beamers that want it all. They don't sound like none of y'all. I just came back from the airport. If it's Jay Stone, bitch, and fly. Young nigga on the road to riches. Counting up racks with a bunch load of bitches. 2 cups, no nigga, just a cocaine. And the nigga still screaming, fuck the police. Rest in peace, easy. I make it look easy. 2 guns on me, running lap, bitches steep. I know they say me on the tour every day at the shows. Hustle with these bankrolls. They don't know I got so much. I know they see me on the tour every day at the shows. Hustle with these bankrolls. They don't know I got so much. I got so much on my head like a turnpike. Hop up in that whip, hit the gas, and I'm swerving. Round the block with the product so the people make the purchase. But I do it for the love, still sticking to the purpose. They see me on the stage, but they don't see behind the curtains. Behind the music, they don't see how hard I'm working. I'm about to lose it if I don't get my fucking Porsche. These hoes need a dead fast, they turn into vultures. and I see that, believe that, so I beat that and I lead that. I'm wrong, you still got my number, delete that. Life crazy, shit strange, and the bright lights with the big name. Niggas mad I can't hang, cause I hang with niggas who pull string. Ventriloquist, niggas on some bitch shit. All up in my face, got me feeling all militant. We ain't start the war, but last time about to finish it. Boy, with these hitters on my bracket, no blemishes. Every day at the show, hustle with these bankrolls. They don't know I got so much on my mind. I know they see me on the tour every day at the shows, hustle with these bankrolls. They don't know I got so much on my mind. So much on my head. They don't know so much on my mind. Every day at the shows, they don't know I got so.
Yo, what's good? This be your boy DJ Show. Man, hey, that was Lico right there and Jay Stone, man. What's the name of that song again, bro?
Oh, that's So Much on My Mind.
So Much on My Mind, bro.
Find it on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, everywhere.
You know what I mean? Hey, yo, I'm glad y'all tuning in with me. If y'all want to call in, the number is 310-594-3529. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get in some more questions with DJ Lico. Man, hey, so look. All right, now we on part 2 of this interview, bro.
Let's get it.
All right, man. So, did you have any like strange phone calls or anything like that, man? That you like, say if you like, people just see you around or whatever, and then they just wanna, all right, man, fuck it. Hey, look, bro. So reading through your shit, man, I heard you got a phone call from the Suge Knight, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Like, I got it. My bad, bro.
Can't be saying that name out loud. He might pull up.
Hey, you said that nigga
you over, huh?
Like Bloody Mary.
That nigga pull up with one of them ninja smoke bombs, nigga, and one of them cigars like the devil, nigga. You like, who is this?
Close all balconies here.
Vanilla Ice style, nigga. Scoot over, bro. Scoot over. Get on the camera.
That was a while ago too, man.
Hey, Kof, scoot over, bro. The other way. He needs to get in the camera more.
Got you.
Or
Say, get out the camera, thing.
hold up. Time out. We're gonna cut this off anyway.
All right.
I need that to focus. I guess somebody hit the camera.
Okay.
A little more this way. There we go. All right, little technical difficulties. You know, we all raw in this motherfucker. We ain't 92.3 the beat. Yeah. Shout out. We working what we got. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So I heard you got an interview. I mean, not an interview. A phone call, man, from Suge Knight, dog. Like
himself, man. I didn't know how to take it at the time. You know, it was kind of scary to me at first. You know, like what are you calling me for? So the way it happened is, one of my uncles, he was really close friends with one of his guys. So they used to chill like on like a weekly basis, or I don't know, every day. I don't really know my uncle's life, you know, but he was chilling with him all the time. So then he had told me that he knew him, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I mean, knowing his history, you know, like I was just like, you know, like not too interested in really, you know, working with him or something. But at the same time, it's like when someone like that, you know, hits you up, like you just like want to pay attention with what they got to say, you know?
right.
So my uncle hits me and he's like, hey, he's like, what you doing? And I was just at my cousin's house, just chilling. And he's like, I got someone that wants to talk to you. And I was like, all right, cool, who? And then he's like, oh, here. And he just put him on the phone. And then he's like, yo, hello. I'm like, who's this? He's like, Suge. I'm like, Suge. He's like, yeah, Suge Knight. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. What's up, man? How's it going? And he's like, oh, everything good, man. What's up, man? Your uncle told me you work on music and everything. And I was like, yeah, man, I do a little bit of everything. And he's like, all right. He's like, look, check this out. You gonna come to my studio. You gonna work with me. And I was like, oh, all right, I appreciate that. He's like, no, for real. You come to my studio, little nigga. You come work with me.
Like that?
Yeah. So
so this is Suge Knight niggas been hearing in the stories.
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, oh man, I appreciate that for sure. Like, thank you. I definitely gonna be there and everything. But like, when I was just listening to that, like I was like, I'm gonna go. Like, you know, I want to work with him and everything. You know, but then I stopped and I was like, do I really want to go? You know, like I was just like, well, what's in it for me? You know, like to really work with him right now at this point. And it's not to say that, you know, like, oh, he's not hot no more, so I'm not gonna mess with him. It's just like, you know, the history he drags around, you know. So it's like, I hit up my uncle again, and I told him, you know, I appreciated him plugging me in with him and everything, but I was probably gonna have to skip on that, you know.
Right.
And I think I made the right choice. You know?
You did.
Considering, you know, where he's at right now, and I mean, much respect for him for everything he did. To, you know, like the good stuff in the music, you know, and hip hop and everything. Like, he definitely had it down, you know, for the '90s and everything. So, you know, him having Snoop and Dre and everything, like I think that's pretty iconic. You know, he's part of history, you know, of what we're all here for. You know,
Yeah, real
hip-hop.
shit.
So I respect all that from Suge. You know, I'm much respect for him. I wish him nothing but the best too. So.
Hey, that's funny, bro. That's real deep. Cause like it's funny, cause I think yesterday or this morning I was like, I really want to be the Death Row Radio. But I meant that in a good way, though. Not beat niggas' ass.
You gonna throw me over the? You gonna throw me out the balcony?
I gotta go, yo.
Nah, what I mean by the Death Row Radio.
Nah, I think there's like
think
a
I need
Death
a
Row
plan B.
movie coming out.
Yeah,
or
I need a
something
plan
like
Yeah,
that. Yeah, cause my big homie Wack, you know Wack.
What?
Whack 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big homie right there. So he told me that he working on like something with Death Row, like a documentary or something.
Oh,
like
yeah?
that.
You heard it
Suge
first.
Used to work for
Huh?
I mean, Wack used to work for Suge.
Oh,
before,
yeah?
Yeah.
My uncle used to work for Suge too.
Oh, for real?
Low down from OFTB.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I heard of
Yeah,
him,
that's
yeah.
my uncle.
That's
When you
crazy.
say,
Small
I got
world.
the ones niggas
Small
with me,
world.
OFTB, yeah.
Small world, yeah.
Yeah, that's my uncle. Yeah, man. Nah, but when I say the Death Row Radio, man, I just know that for like Death Row for a short time, like niggas don't really realize Death Row really had
They ran it.
2 years.
They had more than that, bro.
Like they had more. No, they did have more than my bad. 2 years. Pac was on there for like a year and what's that? Yeah, my bad. It was like maybe 3 or 4 years, right?
Man, Death Row was booming from like 92 hard all the way to a good 96.
Yeah, 4 hard. But nobody realized that was only 4 years. But even after
What they did in 4 years, bro, labels ain't done it in their lifetime. Bro.
Oh my, that exact. The impact of that label just shook up the game crazy. Like nobody's gonna talk about any other label like they talk about Death Row.
Never.
Ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what when I say I want it to be a lifespan Death Row movement. That's
We're
how
talking hip hop, you know.
Yeah,
we got Motown and stuff, but that's different.
Yeah, that's different, man.
Death Row is the West Coast Motown.
Yeah, that's
the real
Too many legends came out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
DJ
Suge
Quick
wasn't
was
playing
on
when
Death
he
Row
went
at
out
the
to the
time,
East
you
Coast
know?
and did that. But the swords, you know.
Oh,
Sword
yeah.
Wars, like,
Hey.
he was serious about it. You know, that we really had it out here in the West.
Yeah, hey man, the West, man. Hey, I think the most talented artists come from the West, bro. Real shit.
I don't know.
I mean, we got our own.
See, I'm West
East
Coast
Coast
too, and I
all day,
respect
dog.
that
Come
too.
on,
Like-
But I, you know, some talented.
No,
artists
think
on the
about
East
it.
Coast too.
No, don't get me wrong. My favorite rappers come from the East Coast, bro.
Right.
But I'm just saying, talented. I just feel like you know.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I mean, I know he gonna have to
We're
dispute
gonna
that.
have to dispute that, man.
I-
Someone that was talking to artists come from
Hey,
the East
check it
Coast,
out.
man, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Who's
like
bigger than Snoop? Who bigger than Snoop? Think of, but on a different plateau, not just rhyming,
Tupac,
not just
you wanna call
rhyming.
a spade a spade.
Snoop is
He's from-
iconic.
he from-
From the East Coast.
Do your
You wanna call
grandma
a
know
spade a
Snoop
spade?
Dogg?
You said what?
Do your grandma know Snoop Dogg? I know a lot of people.
My grandma from South Africa, boy.
And I bet you know Snoop Dogg.
I know Snoop Dogg.
See the-
Now, some of the countries we went to on the tour, like they're non-English speakers. You know, obviously it's like Spanish only. And bro, I just wanted to test it out, bro. And I'll be like, "Do you know who such and such is? Nope. You know who Kendrick is? Nope. You know who 50 Cent is? Might have heard of him. You know who Snoop? Hell yeah, Snoop, man. That's my guy. You know, they sing his lyrics like they know him or something.
It
You know what I mean?
was.
Yeah, you know who's pretty big too out in the South? Wiz Khalifa.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's because like the whole weed thing, you know, it kind of connects with.
They
some
got an
people in the
image, you know what I
country.
mean?
Yeah,
It's bigger than just rap.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I
Snoop
mean?
Dogg, you go any corner of the world, bro. and you know who
Yeah.
Snoop is like I can't think.
Yeah,
of
icon.
Nigga on TV cooking
Hey,
Martha
that
Stewart.
nigga got a Bible,
You know?
a Bible album. I just found
Oh, I
out.
heard it, bro. It's dope.
Man, dog, I just found out this nigga came up with this nigga's a gospel
gospel
gangster.
singer.
He got a whole gospel album.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's done it all, bro. He's done it all.
Murder was the case. He doing gospel music. He did reggae music. You know what I mean?
He did Pimp It, and now he's doing a
Yeah.
gospel album, man.
Yeah, he on TV now too, man.
Hell yeah.
But that's what it is, like just like what you doing, Lico. You you understand that this industry is about having multiple bags, and that's how you make yourself a legend.
Yeah.
You know, no legend has ever been made by having one bag.
Exactly.
And you can call it. Michael Jordan.
Yeah. P. Diddy, man.
I'm saying no legends ever made by having one bag. So you're going on the right track. I definitely salute that, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
that.
So
we're gonna get into this week in hip hop, man. This week in hip hop.
Wait, one more question.
Okay.
We gotta ask him some more, man.
Oh no.
Okay. We gonna get to that because I definitely had this on my mind and I didn't want to forget it, bro.
Go ahead.
So, like, before we get into the weekly schedule, let me ask you, bro, because I've been seeing some pictures with you, James Harden, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your relationship like, and how did y'all connect with the Crenshaw district? You know what I mean?
All right, so let's see. Well, like I said, you know, back in the days, I used to DJ like Crenshaw high school events and all that. All my cousins went to Crenshaw too and everything. So I always had kind of like that interest in the music that came from the Crenshaw district. You know that.
Right.
Yeah. So you know, Nip, like I've been knowing about Nip since 2008. You know, so when he really started coming up with his records, when Hustle in the House came out and all that, you know, when people used to say that was Snoop's son and all that, like, you know, I was always like, I was already like knowing his music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that LA talk.
I thought Nocturnal came out with a remix.
For real?
Yeah. When I seen him, I was like, oh, Nocturnal came back out, nigga.
Oh man.
hey, go easy on Knock. Them my people.
I was just
He's
saying.
from Wilmington, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He related to the family, you know.
Real shit, because, you know, he had braids, light skin, and I didn't really know who he was, and I swore up and down. I was like, okay, Nocturnal got a good one. He back.
Nocturnal career came back, huh?
But nah, man, but Hustle in the House is dope.
So you know, I always checked out his music and everything. And in 2014, for my birthday, I wanted to have like a big party, a big event. You know, like every year, what I would do is I have clubs hit me up, and then I'll do like a club tour. So I'll do 4 to 5 clubs on that weekend, and just take my birthday to each club and celebrate it there.
That's dope.
So you know, sometimes like artists will show up. Like for my 21st, I had like Big Sean. It was me and DJ Charisma. Yeah, me and Charisma have the same birthday, November 22nd.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so then every year, like we used to try to do it like together.
Sagittarius.
So we at this one, the whole station at this one. 22nd. That's
Okay.
I'm putting my bets in early before you get.
Switching it up to this one now.
Yeah, before you get to your next sentence, we there.
Locked in.
Man.
Yeah, not disclosure too. Like all that. Say nothing.
But yeah, go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah, so like every year was something different, you know, like but the same thing was like a club. Like every time was always clubs, you know, that would celebrate my birthday. So this time around, I wanted to do something different. So I wanted to bring an artist to a place that I would do like an event. So you know, I was budgeting a little bit. You know, I hit up Kid Ink. I hit up a bunch of different artists, and you know, I was shopping around, and prices, you know, it was pretty up there for a lot of people, you know, and it was coming out of my pocket. So you know, I was like, I wasn't like contacting no promoters, nobody. Like I just wanted to do myself and my team. So I hit up. I ran into VIP. That's Nipsey's DJ, his official DJ. So so I hit him up and I said, bro, how much you think Nip would do me for my birthday? And then he's like, I think you might do this, but you might have to talk to JP. And JP is his manager, his booking manager. So then I hit up JP and I said, like, bro, like, you know, I'm trying to have a birthday party. I'm trying to have Nip pull up and perform. You know, I might have a few other people pull up too. And I just wanted to see what he'll do. And at the time, you know, I've always been a fan of his music. So I'm just a fan, you know, like I don't know him personally. I don't know anybody in All Money In personally. So JP tells me like, oh, I think it's going to cost you this much to do a walkthrough. So I was like, okay, a walkthrough, you know. I was like, what about like a whole performance, you know, like, oh, it might be this much. I was like, damn, that's way up there, you know. Like, it's like Nip Hussle really go for that bag, you know. And then so I you know, I kind of like negotiated with him a little bit, and then we brought it down to a decent price. You know, he really showed some love.
Right.
Yeah. So then we settled down with that. I said, cool, let's lock it in. So so the next thing you know, JP sends me a video of Nipsey saying like, doing like a promo, and he talking about like, oh, November 21st, me and DJ Lico, we're gonna be at this club and this and that. So, oh, but before I even got the club, I tried to go to Hollywood and try to have a venue from out there.
Right.
Every single club owner turned me down.
What?
Yeah, they was like, nah, we can't have Nipsey Hussle in our club. And I was like, for real? Like, why? Like,
What year was this?
Yeah, that's when they were scared of him, huh?
yeah, nah, it wasn't that long ago. It was 2014. Yeah.
Wasn't he
just
going
had
through
that
court
rap
cases
shit.
and stuff like that around that time?
He just
Yeah.
had the rap. So I don't know what they was really thinking about or basing their decision on, but like Chris Brown goes to clubs all the time, and at the time it caused a lot of fights.
Yeah.
DJing at a supper club, and it's like something always popped up at supper, that. And he's an R&B singer, but he's allowed to sing anywhere. Like it's cool. But when I said Nipsey Hussle, like they immediately said like, nah, we can't have that here.
What?
And I was like, for real, like nothing's gonna happen. Like I'm over here trying to talk my way in, and every club promoter said no.
What?
So I went to a different venue in the San Fernando Valley, and that guy didn't know anything about Nipsey. Like, so I was like, all right, cool. He's like, what event are you trying to have? I was like, it's just my birthday. I might just bring someone to perform, and that's it. He's like, all right, cool. So we did it like that. So the way it happened is, once we locked it in, we did the contracts and everything. The day of the event came, and Nip showed up, and he showed up with the whole squad, like everybody, bro. Like everybody you see in his videos, all his homies he grew up with, like everybody showed up. So not only did he do a small performance, bro, he did a whole concert. He was on stage for like 50 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah,
You said 50?
50.
He blessed you.
Yeah, he did
blessed
the whole
you.
thing, bro.
He
Yeah,
blessed
That's a real entertainer, bro.
Yeah. So, and I probably got charged like half of what he would charge, for a whole show.
Yeah.
And then so that was dope. My boy Man came through and performed too. You remember Man?
Yeah. The money, like money.
Yeah. So I hit him up too. He came and performed too. My artist Young Nova performed too. It was a lit show, bro. Like we had that place packed. It looked like a whole concert up in there, bro. And then, So so that's kind of like how it begun. And then from there, I knew Jason was on that record. I'll Get Right with him off the Crenshaw mixtape.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I went up to Jason. I said, bro, like you killed that verse. It's one of my favorite songs in the mixtape. He's like, oh, dope for sure. So he's like, yeah, let's link up and this and that. So we exchanged phone numbers that day, and he had hit me the following week, and he said, bro, can you help me set up an event at a club? So I went to City Walk in Fusion, and I talked to the manager there, and then we set everything up for J Stone. And funny story is that he didn't even end up showing up to the show because some stuff happened, and he hit me at 3 a.m. like, bro, my bad and this and that. I was like, bro, like we had that place packed. But the crazy thing is, I didn't even show up either because I knew it was so packed and people was waiting there for us. Like the whole club, like we was so jam packed, bro, and we couldn't make it. Like I couldn't make it because he couldn't make it, and I didn't want to show up and be asked a million questions.
Being attacked.
Yeah, so my phone was going crazy that day. Yeah, my phone was going so crazy, and I said, bro, we gotta somehow like figure this out and have it again at a different place because the manager was like, bro, we got to pull the cord now. Like, he's not showing up. And I was like, bro, give me 10 more minutes. He'll call me. And I was blowing up Jason's phone like, bro, you need to answer right now. And it happened. So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, we're not doing it. And then so all these people came for nothing, bro. Yeah, I mean, they were kind of pissed at the time, but, they got over it. So, yeah. So once that happened, I produced that record, a record for him and my artist, Young Nova. So Jason saw like I was quick like with anything that needs to be done with music wise. Like I was quick with it. I'm gonna put an event together for him real quick and everything. So he kind of like brought me into the squad, and he brought me, introduced me to the rest of the people, Pac-Man, G.I. Joe, Roddy Rose, and then all the way up to Nipsey Hussle. So same thing with Nipsey. One time VIP couldn't make it to one of his shows. So Nip hit me up and he said like, bro, like, I'm gonna need you to come in for this one and do that for me. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I went to the studio with Nipsey and we kind of chopped it up and just went over the set list and everything. And then from that point on, we just got ready for the show, went to the show, did the show, And I remember we had some technical difficulties. Like the sound guy, he first of all he didn't equalize his mic right. Nipsey likes his microphone like a certain equalization. You know, like his lows need to be all the way down. So the EQ on the mic was not how we did it when we did sound check. So you know, usually sound check. You know, that's the reason why we do sound check. So that by the time the artist shows up, the engineer knows how to equalize his voice, or you know, if it's gonna be live instruments or whatever. So the system that they had for my DJ booth, it was like some old shit. Like I don't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't reading my laptop. So I said, bro, if we can get a rain mixer here or something like that, by the time the show happens, like we could do it. So we showed up and back again, you know, for the actual show, and they didn't have they had the same thing. So I said, bro, like whatever, like the show's on already, so we're gonna figure it out. Just thug it out. So I plugged in my laptop like a different way, and then it kind of worked. So we just went off that, the whole show was smooth except for like one transition that wasn't smooth. You know, so I seen Nip look back at me, and I said like, you know, like what can we do? But after that, after the show, like I had texted Nip, and I said like, bro, my fault about that, and he was like, you know, it was the system and this and that. He's like, I already know, like you know, like you don't have to worry about that, like yeah. So from that point on, it was just like you know, like we built that relationship where like, you know, I got put in a group message for all the Nipsey shows and all that. So little by little, you know, I started working with everybody else, you know, and working with Kavi, Lil Cotty PGE, and all these people. So yeah, man, that's really how it happened. And I'm Jason's official DJ now. So
that's dope.
Yeah, all his shows and anything that he needs to be done, I do it for him.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's
You need a round of applause, so.
Yeah,
You gotta get a round.
You know what I mean?
I was about
Yeah,
to say the next thing I was gonna say, gotta get that official round of applause.
Half El Salvadorian, half Jamaican. He putting in work right now.
I Jamaican
50
today.
jobs.
I on some real shit, man. You gotta get J Stone back down here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, y'all gotta come, man. Y'all. And it was funny. That was the first time I even knew about J Stone.
Oh,
like,
for real?
Yeah, cause like for me, bro, like I wasn't like I was just starting radio. So you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really fishing for the indie artists, and you know what I mean?
Bro, he got so much music out right now.
Yeah.
Just last week, I'm telling you, he put out 2 mixtapes in 1 week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one, bro. You ain't got nothing on you right now?
Nah, it's all online, bro.
All right, tell them where they can find it, man.
What's the names of them, man?
Yeah, tell them where they can find them. Promote that shit.
Apple Music, bro, Spotify, Tidal, all that. It's there. SoundCloud too for the ones that want it for free. You know, you guys can check it out there too. It's called 6 Days, and then the other one is called Outwork Everybody.
Okay. You want to play something from one of the mixtapes right now, bro?
Do that.
Yeah, we're going on a little break right now, man. And introduce a song.
Alright, let's see. We're gonna play Savage featuring Slim 400.
Okay. I went to school with that nigga. Yeah. Yup.
She know the words like an ad-lib. Streets racing, I'm a savage. Yeah, she average. Born with a bad bitch. She know the words like an ad-lib. Streets racing, I'm a savage. Yeah, she average. She want a real nigga that don't ask kids. That's gon' put her in place like a savage. She got a big booty, I'ma grab it. She throw her back. Dad, she gon' tell me all about her nasty habits. So I can beat it up and smash it. Full throttle when I thrash it. I keep the pussy, you know, max it. Better yet, I'm on 2 bad bitches. When I come through, she wanna fuck, I'm tryna fuck too. 2 bitches, baby, I'm about to fuck kibbles. Fuck girls can't have fun too. Give me 2 minutes when they come through. I'm on a million when I'm up to. Fuck 1 million. Tryna be up to. She know the words like an ad-lib. Streets racing, I'm a savage. Yeah, she know the words. I'm straight. Let it go, who gon' get it though? I'm on bro and roll smoke. Phone, he don't play with him. Make him connect. Who did that? I'm on bro. Ain't no get back. And I'm rolling stone, I'm Kit Kat. And all the bitches can't love me. Kit Kat. Do that. Do that. I come stone like this though. Fuck around, your money go. Hop out the foreign with a bad bitch. She know the words to my song like an ad-lib. Streets crazy, I'm a savage. Yeah, she from the streets, but she ain't average. Hop out the foreign with a bad bitch. She know the words to my song like an ad-lib. Yeah, streets crazy, I'm a savage. Yeah, she from the streets, but she ain't average. Bitch, nigga, who do that? Bitch, who do that? Bitch, who do that? Hold on. Hold on.
This just ladies and gentlemen, it is Egypt Ali live on DJ Shout. Oh yeah, we ready to talk about Bill, brother Bill. Shout out to Philly though, man. God damn, we took a wins and losses this week. God damn, Meek got free.
So we gotta get Bill Cosby.
Yo,
that's what happened.
Wins and losses.
That's what happened. Wins and losses, man. Turn you to bosses. That's all. But like,
you feel me, bro? Yo, bro, you know I'm like this shit. When Meek came out ringing the bell, I was like, don't know, stay with this shit.
That's right.
It's gonna help us.
Yeah.
Bro, I think that he got a plan, bro. I think he got a plan, bro. And when he put that music,
Keep bouncing. Yeah.
I think that he got a plan to try to assist that, though. I'm telling you, because the way he talking, I ain't never heard me talk
I
like
get paid
that.
when I come around. Nigga get sprayed when I come around. You banging OT, you saying you a crib, then you better check in when you come in town. Nigga diss me, I'ma gun him down. I don't fuck around with the fuck around. Rainbow hair, you a fucking clown. Y'all niggas keep acting funny style. Remember when niggas would
Like, that means he wasn't struggling, my nigga.
pulled up to a nigga weed shop.
Alright, been there, Gucci came out crazy, like, that nigga was busky when he came out. I was ready, my nigga. Gucci was saying it. Right, Meek got fat. Meek just got fat in his room, bro. That nigga was eating on big good food.
If I get a brick, I'ma bust it down. Nick by Nick, I'ma bust it down. But fuck selling dope, cause it's all money in and it's no money out, and we run it
Get
down.
fat in prison. No, I'm about to talk about that on the mic, yo. That's what I'm saying. Meek, I thought,
Ain't no
man,
way you can stop me, nigga.
got fat in prison, bro.
Better off tryna pop me, nigga. Yeah, switch the flow cause they copy niggas. Yeah, streets raised me so they got a nigga. Yeah, grew up fighting a lot of niggas. Yeah, now I'm trying to touch a lot of figures. Yeah, see me with a lot of hitters. Yeah, looking like a lot of hitters. Yeah, quick to catch a body, nigga. Yeah, cause it's anybody killer. Yeah, 4-5 right beside me, nigga. Yeah, rap niggas, I'll rob you, nigga. Yeah, I used to want to sound with Jigga, but it's all money in, no money out, nigga. Self-paid, nigga, self-made. Like Nip Hustle, switch hustles, get it 12 ways. We was young, getting cracking with the 12 gauge. Now we tearing up the stage, niggas well paid. Niggas hit 12 states just in 12 days. We was touching different states, nigga, every day. Nigga, ain't no way you can stop me, nigga. Yeah, better off tryna pop me, nigga. Yeah, switch the flow cause they copy niggas. Yeah, the streets raised me so they got a nigga. Yeah, grew up fighting a lot of niggas. Yeah, now I'm tryna touch a lot of figures. Yeah, you see me with a lot of hitters. Yeah, looking like the lotto hitters. Yeah, see me out with model bitches. Yeah, ball main G's on Murado glisten. Yeah, I don't see no competition. Yeah, you a rap nigga, you the opposition. Yeah, live a boss life like got it, nigga. Yeah, You get smirked and free poppy, nigga. Yeah. Crossing Avenue where you find me, nigga. Yeah. We're near packing copy, nigga. Yeah. Selling out, that is not the business. Yeah. Stay in my lane, that ain't my position. Yeah. Backwood rolling up with Scotty, nigga. Yeah. Everything Versace, nigga. Yeah. I used to be a snotty nigga. Go so hard in the paint, I think I'm Scottie Pippen. Yeah. Now I'm the one they got to mention. Yeah. Time to put you rap niggas out of business. Nigga. Ain't no way you can stop me, nigga. Yeah. Better off trying to pop me, nigga. Yeah. Switch the flow cause they copy niggas. Yeah. Streets raised me so they got a nigga. Yeah. Grew up fighting a lot of niggas. Yeah. Now I'm trying to touch a lot of fingers. Yeah. See me with a lot of hitters. Yeah. Looking like the lotto hitters. Yeah.
Hey, yo. We back. All right. Yo, what's good? This be your boy DJ Show from Planet Radio, man. Hey, that was my boy DJ Lico right there, man. Introduced them songs. That was Jay Stone.
Yep, Jay Stone and Savage featuring Slim 400.
Okay.
And then the next record to play it after that was called All Money In.
Man.
Jason by himself.
Man, y'all be moving, man.
Man, Jason got like 72 records he recorded in the last month. Yeah.
That's real grind.
Yeah, that's that real grind,
It's
man.
that 25 ain't no breaks grind, man.
That's how you gotta do it, man. That's exactly how you gotta do it. If you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody gonna believe in you, man. So you gotta do it. Message. Hey, that's what I be telling a lot of motherfuckers. You can't just want somebody to believe in you and you ain't putting no work or your foot in the door or even tried to go to your dream. Exactly. Niggas see you and they see you working towards something. They like, hey man, I see what you doing. Like, let me help you with that. Yeah. That's how shit work, man. Because like, ain't nobody trying to waste their time.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
On that, like, I just gotta share this because my mentor told me. One of my mentors told me this. Jay August. Shout out to Giants season finale coming out, man. Very big actor, Jay August. He said this Joan at the Giants premiere. He said you can do two things in life. Say you driving a car, your car breaks down. Your car breaks down, and you sit in your car and you just upset because your car broke down.
Yeah.
How many people you think gonna stop for you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nobody, because they don't know what's wrong. They think you probably sleeping. They don't know what the hell going on. But then you can do another thing, and you can get out your car and you can start pushing your car. How many people you think gonna help you when you start pushing your car?
Everybody.
And more people gonna help you because they know what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So until you start pushing your own dream, people, you can't complain about people hating on you. You can't complain about people not supporting you because you're not pushing your own.
That's a fact.
That's deep.
So nigga, open my mind up right now.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
No, for real though. Nah, that's some deep shit.
It's like, how have I been thinking this whole time? Clearly, I wasn't thinking big enough.
I need to start pushing the car.
Shit, I need to get a car.
So like, I
need to get a car.
You gotta push your car, man. So DJ Lico, so DJ Lico, man. So you pushing a lot of cars, man. Like we said, man, he's 5% Jamaican. We not going.
That nigga DJ Lico gonna put that shit in his drop. 5%.
That's going to my bio now.
I'm Jamaican. You got about 1,000 bags that he's into, man. But one of your bags and one of your interests right now, and one of the things you're doing is building up an artist. That artist being Young Nova. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Young Nova and how you feel like he is, and how you as management and are gonna help push his career.
Yeah. So with Nova, we became like real brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I found him too was crazy because my boy, I was cutting hair in my garage at the time, and
Another bag.
Yeah. So people had to go through my main house, the living room and everything to get to my garage. So I used to tell people, like, if I don't know people, like, don't bring them or let me know in advance you're gonna bring someone.
Yeah.
So
sure.
One of my boys kept pushing it, like, bro, I got a homie that knows how to rap. I got a homie that raps. Let me bring him to you. Let me bring him. I was like, all right, cool. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. And every time, like, bro, we still haven't met with my boy. Like, you need to meet him, bro. We need to meet him. He's dope. I was like, all right, cool. We'll get to him. And And then that day, I remember just like I was cutting up my homie, and he just walked in, and he walked in with another dude, and I'm like, bro, I give him the face, like.
That's what we discussed. That's what we talked about.
You just broke the rules right now. So I was like, on a little like defensive mode.
Yeah.
And then so here comes Young Nova, and he's like, "What's up, bro? I'm Young Nova." And I was like, "All right, what's up, bro? I'm Lico." And then he's like, "Can I rap for you real quick?" And I was like, "I'm cutting hair, bro." Like,
I like just get
I'm like, "I'm cutting hair, bro." Like, just,
He wasn't in DJ
I
mode.
was like, "Just give me a second." So I keep
y'all
cutting.
scoot down a little bit. Scoot down a little bit.
Yeah, so I keep cutting,
There we
and
go,
he asked me. He's like, yeah. So he's like, "Do you have an aux cable?" And I said, "I don't."
Did you have one?
I don't think I did.
Okay. I was like,
I was finessing like, yeah, nah, I ain't trying to do that right now.
I wasn't trying to be like an asshole and everything. I was just trying to focus on the cut,
Yeah.
So then he's like, "All right, well, I'll just play it off my speaker." Like he was not taking notes.
Yeah, that's how you go.
That's how you gotta be though.
Yeah. So then I'm like, "I'll just play it off the speakers." I'm like, "All right, cool." So he puts his phone speaker on and he starts playing a beat. And the first 4 bars he threw, I was like, "Oh shit!" Turned off my clippers, I told my guy I was cutting his hair. I was like,
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on, bro. So then he started spitting. He went a whole 16, and I was like, "Damn, bro." I was like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a record I'm working on right now." He's like, "I need somebody to record me, though. I need a studio. I need this." And I was like, "All right, bro. You got something else?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I got plenty of stuff for you." And so he started.
came prepared for the
He started
opportunity.
going song after
sure.
song, just playing stuff for me. So I said, "Dope." So this was like on a Tuesday. Friday, I was DJing a club in Hollywood. So I said, I told him email me that song, and then on Monday we're gonna get in the studio and we're gonna record it. He's like, "All right, cool." So then Friday comes, and then we have that show. I had to go DJ, so I hit him up and I said, "Bro, I got a party bus. I got plenty of females coming through. Like, if you want to pull up, let's get it." He's like, "All right, for sure." So he hits me up. He shows up to my house. We get in the party bus and we go. And it was an artist that was supposed to perform that night. So we get to the club and everything. I start DJing, and I found out while I was doing my set, the artist wasn't gonna show up and perform. So that sparked the light bulb in my head, and I said, "Hold up." He emailed me his beat. So I went and I got the beat off my email, threw it in my laptop, and I put it. And then I told my guy, I said, "Bro, go look for Nova right now. Go to our table, bring him up to the stage right now." And he's like, "For real, let's just go get him. Just go get him right now." So I talked to the sound engineer. I said, "Give me a mic." So he gives me the wireless mic. Nova comes up to the stage, and he's like, "What's up, bro?" He's like, "Here, you're performing right now." He's like, "What?" Yeah, so he's like, "What?" And
I
then,
like that.
Hey man, that's where preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to Nipsey, man.
And he was ready, bro. He was ready. Like he grabs the mic, and then we played the record. It was a song called "Leaning." It's on iTunes till this day. So then so I started playing the beat, and he started doing the hook and everything. And then people was like, "Okay, what just happened?" But like by the first time the hook came in, people was like bouncing with him. Then the second time the hook came in, people was singing it with him.
Damn.
So he had the crowd going right away.
That's how you
like,
do it.
Yeah, on the first hook, he had them. So from that point on, I was like, "Yeah, man." Like that sparked up another thing in my brain too. Like now I could work with artists too. At the time I was just DJ. That's
Another
it.
bag.
That's where the other bag came in. Yeah. So then
5% Jamaican.
Yeah, So so I was just like, I could work with him. I could produce him. I could manage him. I could do so many things for him. So we started working together, and then from that point on, like I just realized how much of a humble person he is, talented and loyal. Like those 3 things, bro, in one place, you go far. Yeah. So then we started working with him and everything, and ever since, we got a vision that we always say. Like if you go to my Instagram right now, one of my last posts, second to last, I think, it was a picture of me and him, and it's something that we have. Like we want to take our moms on the red carpet. First red carpet we're gonna go to. Like moms is coming with us. You know what I'm saying?
Great. That's
so
dope.
yeah, like we built up a cool relationship with Nova. Like our relationship is so dope. Like I could tell him something, like bro, you're doing it wrong. Like or like nah, that's not gonna work out. Or he could tell me like, bro, like you coming in too late to the sessions or something. Like we could tell like each other like stuff that you wouldn't be able to tell anybody else because they might get
They take it personal or something.
Take it
Yeah.
too personal. Nah. We could really like we got that bond where we could like really tell each other off and let you know what you're doing wrong. You let me know what I'm
So you
doing
gotta
wrong.
do.
Yeah, and that's how we keep prospering.
That's dope.
Yeah, so he's real dope, man. He's really talented. He writes all his music. He's helped me produce some of the beats too. So,
What?
Yeah. So he's really talented, and we plan on taking it all the way to the top with him. And like, you know, it's been ups and downs too. You know, he's had his downs. I had my downs too. You know, my pops passed away too.
Sorry to
so
hear that, bro.
Appreciate it, man. So, you know, I had my lows too, but at the same time, we just kept pressing forward. You know, and pressing the line and just try to make sure like all the negativity stay on the side and just, you know, focus on what we're doing.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, round of applause for that, man.
Appreciate
because like,
it,
man, this dude,
So,
like,
yeah, we got an album right now, a mixtape that's on SoundCloud. Actually, no, it's not on SoundCloud. It's on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, and it's called Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
Yeah. I executive produced the whole project, and I got some beats I produced in there too. Yeah, so
you produced too?
Yeah.
This dude, man, you Jamaican.
Another bag.
Hey, no, that's 10%, bro.
I've been telling you, huh? The percentage just keep going up.
Hey,
I'm like at 80%.
he's at 80% right now, dude. We got
20% El Salvadorian, 80% Jamaican right now.
So
you about to get
gonna hate
dressed
me right now. Be like, man, what's up? You're not our peoples no more.
Yeah, he gonna be up there saying near the beach, boy. Near the beach. Hey, that's dope as fuck, man. Hey, respect. Hey, that's dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Man, I appreciate you coming down, man, and really
Sure,
giving
man.
your
Thank you for
story.
having me,
Cause I don't even think we got an interview with you last time, did we?
Nah, I was just here with Jason.
Yeah, like,
Roddy
you know
had
what
the
I'm saying?
interview,
Yeah, it was Roddy Rose and exactly, yup. And then it's dope because maybe it wasn't time at that time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
Everything
you had to
happens
go
when it's supposed to
through
happen.
experience, you know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
For sure.
He had to go through experience. Not saying that 'cause I wasn't the owner of the shit, so I ain't blocking. And now I got my own show, but it's just that like you know what I'm saying? Like we both was just evolved from what we were 3 years ago to something bigger, you know what I'm saying? So I like to see, man, the shit, how you grown, man,
Likewise,
how you been doing, like just doing your shit, man. And it was a shocker when I found out who the fuck you was.
Right.
Right.
But hell yeah, man. So anything else you want to say before, you know what I mean? 'Cause I know you said you got to get out here in a little bit.
I want to ask a question real
Oh, yeah,
quick.
yeah, go
You know,
ahead.
So I checked in late, but what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Egypt Ali live on Planet A Radio with DJ Show. And I got a quick question for you, big homie. So back in the day, if you watched like Def Comedy Jam, remember Kid Capri?
Yeah.
Like he was like a dope, light-skinned dude. He came in, he was like, but he was also like, he was a little different for the culture, but having a DJ kind of host, a comedy show was out of his lane, but also created a lane for him. You know what I'm saying? So what do you feel like you're doing that's creating new lanes for new DJs? Because I feel like you're doing a lot of different things in the DJ lane. Like you just told me you cutting hair and all these other things. What do you feel like you're doing different to bring or add to the culture?
Well, the main thing too is homeboy you asked me earlier, would I put a priority on DJing or any of the other things I'm doing? So I told him I treat them equally.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like sometimes, you know, like if I got some scheduled haircuts or something like at a certain time, but they hit me up like, yo, I need you to come DJ this, I might have to like put those cuts on hold and go take, you know, the DJ gig. So the difference would be, or what I would tell like, you know, the DJs to like be different. It's like don't just focus on that because you know, unfortunately, the whole DJ craft has died down so much. That the value is not there as much anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it is, but at the same time, it's like a lot of people, up and coming people, like are taking it, and it's been happening in every industry. You know what I'm saying? Like the up and coming people not valuing themselves as much as they should, so they taking the real low end prices. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to talk numbers or anything like that, but I'm gonna throw some out. Like for example, a school had hit me up to do one of their dances, like a school dance, a high school, and you know I they wanted like a decent price or whatever, so I threw them I charged $2,000 for that one. So they said, all right, cool, let's book it, you know, sign contracts and everything. The day I was supposed to go sign the contract, they're like, bro, can you match the price? We got another quote, and I said, okay, you know, if it's like $1,800, like I might do it or something like that. And I said, all right, cool. What's the other quote you got? He said $300.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, bro.
No.
I was waiting for like, nah, just kidding, you know. But
It never came up. It never said,
Like
nah,
you
I'm
said,
joking.
$1,700 decrease?
Yeah, bro.
Hell no.
So now I wasn't mad at them for like considering them. I was mad at the other DJ not for taking the gig from me, because immediately I was like, nah, you got to give it to him. I'm not gonna take that.
Right.
But I was mad at him for not valuing himself.
Himself,
Because he
yeah.
could have went and charged
For sure.
$1,400.
Yep.
They don't even know how much they could
You got to know your
I
worth.
wouldn't have gone down 14. You know what I'm saying? So he still would have got the gig, and he would have pocketed an extra $1,100 from what he charged. $300, bro. Like that, people's not valuing themselves. So
I think that happens in a lot of like different industries and stuff like that. Like even like radio and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of radio hosts understand their value and how much they can charge for people to get interviews and stuff like that. Simply because they don't understand that they're pushing content, and if you know 2 people and he knows 2 people, that's a total of 8 people just from 2 people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can reach out and get to so many people, and being a DJ and stuff like that, you're emoting to people's feelings when you play music, when you're being a host and getting them excited. You can pay. People are willing to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The DJ is what made our parties lit. And then it started getting even better when the DJ not only was DJing, but he also became the host. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a whole entire vibe they're creating. And I feel like a lot of people sell themselves short because they don't know their worth. And I think it's great that you're trying to, create a platform for people that are DJs to know that they're worth. Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, if you had something that you would like want to be remembered for before it's all said and done, what is it that you want to be remembered for?
Oh man, I just wanna build a platform for people, for up and coming people, which kind of like brings me to what I'm doing right now. I'm creating this album that I went out and really like reached out to independent artists. So what I did was I went to underground shows, just pulled up to them and just checked out people, performing like young cats, 20, 19-year-olds and they really got a dream behind, and they want to like really do something out of their careers, but they really got nothing for themselves. Like they don't even have a studio or somebody to record them or anything. So I went out and I handpicked a few acts that I liked, reached out to them and everything, brought them to the studio, and we're working on this album right now. So a lot of people's reaching out to me, talking about like, oh, who else you gonna have on it? You can put like Jason on it, you can put Wale on it. Like you're gonna try to ask Nip for a verse or something. And the way I'm doing it is like, not that I don't want them. Obviously, in the future I want to make an album with all these people. Yeah. But at this moment, what I want to do is like start something from the ground. Mm-hmm. So I said, like I'm not gonna use any of them. I'm gonna just focus on the independent,
That's
artists. Yeah, and I'm gonna just, cause look, if I put Wale on a verse with like 2 other like up and coming artists, then Wale just outshined them, and it was pointless for them to be there. So even if they are talented, Wale's gonna outshine them. First of all, Wale's super talented too. Mm-hmm. So on top of that, he already has a name for himself. So Wale really don't need anything from me, like. Right. But the other people do. Like they need a platform.
That's what's up, bro.
So that's where I'm coming in. Like I'm trying to create things from the ground up. And that's what I try to tell people. Like don't jump on a bandwagon. Don't jump on something that's already built. So that's the main thing that I want to do different from any other DJ. Also, like everybody's like we've been talking about. Like I got a bunch of different hustles that I got going on. Like not just one. So a lot of people focus. Like a lot of DJs focus on just club DJing, and that's it. Some like the ones that do touring a lot, they touring a lot, but when they get home, they don't got too much going on for themselves at home. Right. And then you got the private DJs. You got the wedding DJs, stuff like that. So my thing is like don't focus just on one thing, because there's just so much out there to go get, and too many bags out there, waiting for you. Don't focus on one thing. So I want to do multiple things, and that's what I'm doing right now. Hey, bro, that's what's up. Which is why the other day I was thinking of that a name for the album that I'm doing, and I called it Oppositional Behavior.
It's dope, and it's almost like he's like the DJ Khaled of the underground. Cause like DJ Khaled, he makes albums. He was one of the first DJs to like make an album. People was like, DJ Khaled don't even rap.
Him and Drama.
Exactly. So when that came out, everybody was like so fascinated with the fact that a DJ could put together such a good album. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing that, but you're not doing it for the people that already made it, but doing it for the people that are trying to get there, but you have the platform that's creating this opportunity for them. That's dope, man. So I just want to commend you on that for sure.
Was it Just Blaze that said some of the best producers started as DJs?
Dang, Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre.
Shout out to Dr. Dre, one of the best around, you know what I'm saying? DJ
Quick, Quick. He put the DJ
forget about these people that started the trend.
He kept the DJ too.
Yeah, he did. Exactly. Yeah, he dropped it. But DJ Quick, man, he said, man, yeah, I was a DJ first. I seen like one of his documentaries. I was like one of my favorite rappers. He was like, yeah, I used to check the EQs and shit like that before I used to go on. So, you know what I'm saying? I really never had a problem with the DJs at my shows.
It's funny though, a lot of rappers are now trying to get into DJing too. Like I went to a club in New York and Wiz Khalifa, he had like some different name, but I seen like that's Wiz Khalifa.
Snoop.
But he was DJing, and bro, when I tell you the whole club was lit, the club was lit. Like, so I commend all those.
Because you already got an ear, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, what people want to hear and all that. Same thing with Drake. Like he's not a DJ, but I think Apple Music paid him. He got a contract with Apple Music to do the playlist for them.
Different bag.
Yeah, so he's
different bags.
Yeah, a playlist, bro. I think he got like $1 million to make a playlist or something.
Son, DJ culture is so underrated, but it's so much infused with hip hop and so much infused with like international.
I mean, it started hip hop.
Man, it did start hip hop.
DJ culture started
It's one of the main elements of this hip hop shit, you know.
Wale's been DJing lately too, man. Yeah, like some of the parties we did, like house parties. You know, I just let him jump on my laptop, and he really feeling himself, man. He likes all the old school bangers too. Like, yeah.
So how they like? Let me ask you, how do they transition? Have you ever seen a rapper transition for like with your own eyes from a rapper to like just trying to do the DJ shit? And like, what is the process of that? Do you help them?
Nah, I mean, look, like the only person that I've seen like that, like personally, is Wale, just because you know we've thrown like plenty of house parties. Okay. Yeah, and then you know, for the house parties, it gets lit. So once you know the vibe is going on, he just be like, all right, it's my turn. Let me hop back. Yeah, so yeah, that's the only person. And really, it's just be like you know, he knows how to play the songs already, like left and right, you know, on the decks. Mm-hmm. But certain things, you know, like you need help with, like that's why like me or Money, like his own DJ, he stays next to him. So you have a question, turn around, and be like, oh. Fix it up for him, like, all right, cool, and then he keep going. So that's the only person. As far as like people like Snoop and them, I don't know how they've done it. Like I've never heard a set from Snoop, so I'm not sure like how he's really like executing the DJing part of it. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure like you know he got it down. I mean he's old school too, so he knows you know the real DJing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Records and all that. So I'm sure he got a good idea of what actual DJing is. So I'm sure he's getting it down.
I had a quick. I'm sorry, I'm asking so many questions.
Nah, you good, bro. I know you came late. So
yeah, for sure. Right? I know, right? Dang, don't hit me over the head with it. Listen, it was an important reason, all right? But so you just spoke about like you know how Snoop Dogg came from a different era and he was back when the records was out. What's the difference between like turning the where there was the records versus like the new turntables that's like a lot different, more electrical? Is it like a better feel or is it a better feel when it comes to the old records?
As far as feel, Serato came out with something called Scratch Live at the time, and so what it is it's an encoded record that the laptop reads.
Tracks the beat per minute, right?
Yeah. So then all the music that you have in your laptop is gonna be controlled by this big record. The record has the same exact feel as an actual record. There's nothing different than that. You still got your needle, you got the speedometer. You know, everything's exactly the same. So at the end of the day, you get the same exact feel. The only difference is you get to finally put all these crates people used to carry around, you know what I'm saying, with all the records. It's all digital now. So you have it in your laptop. You don't have to break your back. And then the music gets controlled by these two big records, which is the same exact thing. You use the same turntables. The same turntable I can use right now for that is the same turntable I can just take out that record and put the actual record and play it from there at the same time.
Do you think older DJs would kind of look down upon the newer DJs because they have this technology that kind of lets them get over certain humps that was a little bit more difficult?
It's not even necessarily older DJs. It's just more of like DJs that take the craft serious.
For sure.
Yeah, like me, for example, I appreciate technology all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps me not carry all these crates and all this stuff. Sure. But at the same time, I see like a lot of like this, for example. It's an American Audio controller. It might have a sync button. You know what I'm saying? So people like younger people now, they get to just really take the easy route.
Right.
And like I said, it's not an age thing because I know older people that are just starting to DJ. And they go and buy something from Guitar Center that's like a small controller and just start DJing that way. For sure. You know, and it tells you like your BP. It's all like it's visual now. Like you don't really have to use your headphones as much.
Right.
So now you look at the laptop, you look at the screen, and if the waves match, if they look good, then the sound is sounding good too. So and then the other thing too, like I said, you just press a sync button and it's gonna
It's gonna mix it up.
Right, it's gonna mix it up for you. Right.
You ain't got to
so that's
scratch.
something that me personally I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to use my headphones and really like beat match and everything. Make sure the blend sounds straight off my hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's how it really started, and that's how I started learning too. Like I didn't use a laptop at first. You know, like it was just like that. So then, if we can add another 10% to my Jamaican,
He's at 90%, y'all. He's at 90%.
Hey, his Jamaican percentage going up like gas prices now.
So I'm also teaching how to DJ right now. So,
Hey, bro, real shit. Where at? I need to. I want to get down with you.
Yeah, his name is DJ Show.
I need to learn.
Yeah, I do personal lessons. So like, I got a 10-year-old the other day that you know his mom and dad hit me up and it was like, yo, like, you know, he's been trying to DJ since he was 7. So I was like, how old is he now? Like 10. I'm like, damn. So for 3 years you had him wanting to DJ and not get him nothing.
Yeah.
So I guess they had went to Guitar Center to get some lessons, and it was some like older lady that knew nothing about DJs and plugged in an aux cable and tried to teach him something. The kid wasn't vibing with her. So then they hit me up and I was like, yeah, man, like we could do it. I have your kid DJ in 2 weeks. So it was like, for real? It was like he's never touched anything like related to DJing. He wants to do it. I was like, I got you. So I got a syllabus that I go by that I created too. So then you know, I got him in the first 2 weeks. He was already blending in songs. And then the thing that I'm doing within, I emphasize like use your headphones. That's your eyes right there, not this when it comes to DJing. So he's really talented. You know, he's picking up on DJing real quick. I already got him his first gig. He's got another gig coming up already on June 1st. He's gonna be doing Lace 'Em Up. It's a shoe convention. Yeah. So and he went from like not like completely not knowing zero about DJing to, you know, he's doing gigs now, and this has only been like a 10 lesson process.
What?
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like going back to what you said, you know, I'm teaching him how to utilize technology, but at the same time I'm teaching him the fundamentals of DJing. And the first like 4 lessons, it was nothing but like history that I gave him. You know, from like where hip hop started, how it started, where DJing comes from, and all that.
Gives you a better appreciation for the craft.
Yeah, exactly.
Teach
So
him the
now
culture.
he appreciates that even more. I had him watch videos. I had him watch the Get Down, stuff like that, you know. And so now he knows where real DJing comes from.
For sure.
And he's like appreciative about it. So a lot of the tests I do with him is like at the end of the lesson, I'll turn the laptop around so I'm the one that's seeing it, not him. And I'll choose random records for him. I'll be like, all right, mix those two. And at first he was completely lost, and now he's kind of getting it, you know,
That's
without
dope.
looking at the screen. So, you know, without screen watching. So
I think that when you set it up to where he can appreciate the past, so he can be a DJ in the present, I think that it makes for a good DJ that sound and what it is to be a DJ. And I think that's so dope that you use history, because I feel like when we use history, like for me to know where I'm going as far as like an African male in America, because I know the history of the Africans that were brought to this continent and to this country, it gives me a better feel on what my responsibility is as a person to move and advance in this country and I guess towards the world. So I think when you set the history boundaries and show them, like, you know, where it started and how they're supposed to move, it gives them a better perception of what they need to do for the culture and for the culture of DJing and for the culture of hip hop. That's what's up, man.
I feel you on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely, thank you. I got a serious question just came to my head. What do you think about doing a DJ seminar, DJ culture seminar, where you would help, with probably along with other DJs,
Another
help
bag.
people learn how to
Another
post
bag.
about playing a radio? What do you think about
Yeah, I mean, that would be dope. What I do have in mind right now with one of my other boys, after like I've been teaching this kid and everything, we kind of thought about a DJ school. Yeah, so that would be like more of a membership type of thing. You know, like,
That's dope.
Yeah, people coming in or parents bringing their kids and us teaching them. So you know, we would have like multiple teachers and all that. Like that's the one thing I did have in mind. But a seminar, like that'd be dope too.
I think it just, when you were saying all right, I'm like, yo, like more kids need to, even if they don't necessarily want to be a DJ, it's just something about
Just so
DJ
they know the culture,
the history and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it'd be just very dope for like young blacks, young Latinos, young everything, just to know about the culture behind DJing. You know what I'm saying? And the work that really goes into it, so they can stop asking y'all every 5 minutes to play safe for what, or some Drake song and everything. You know what I'm saying? They can understand everything that goes into mixing. You know what I'm saying? So, but for real though, so keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So talk before we close. Last Battalion. Let's talk Last Battalion. Let's talk a little bit about your record label. I know you're working with artists, you're working with DJs. You got enough bags to do a record label. So where it is, what you're trying to.
I'm trying to make this label, grow as much as it can. Like, I really don't have like a set goal to where I want it to be, but I do want it to just continue growing to where we can have multiple artists that we can sign and provide for that.
Right.
So eventually, I wanted to grow into different brands that come from within the same thing. So for example, Rock Nation, like it used to be Rockefeller, and Rockefeller, like they just did a collab with Nike on the Air Force Ones. Yeah, so like that's an imprint that's so legendary. The Rockefeller logo, you know what I mean? Like it became so legendary that if you see it anywhere, like on a shirt or something, like it attracts attention.
Right.
Same thing with Bad Boy. Bad Boy, you see it on a shirt, like something like that. Like it's very iconic. So that's kind of like where I want my thing to go. My label, and obviously, as we progress, to try to have more and more artists signed to our label and be able to produce and provide for a lot of people. I want to be able to say like, yeah, man, like that artist started with us, that artist started with us. Yeah, and create good relationships with them enough to like, if I get to even just start them and send them to a bigger label or something, like they can always like come back to us and be like, yo, like we really started with you, what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, there's no limit to how big Last Battalion can get.
Is that the logo on the hat?
This?
Yeah.
No, that's all money in.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
So
that's
do you
Nipsey
guys
Hussle's
have a
label.
logo that like people when they see it they need to know this is us?
Yeah, I got a logo too that we've actually had shirts too, and we sold out on them too. So
that's what's up. Oh, so you already popping.
Yeah, people starting to know the label now.
100% Jamaican.
Every artist.
100% Jamaican. He done got the last 10%.
He leveled up.
Hey, what city you from, bro? Again?
I live in Granada Hills now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you from though? Like not like gangbanging or like that, but like.
Come on, show. Come on, show.
No, we're in LA, so some people.
Everybody, no, I think people want to know because like
2006
like
anymore.
I'm out here. So if you say
because I
I'm
know
from
you said-
Inglewood, I'm like, oh, I respect that.
I know you said you went to high
But
school.
it's funny the way he asked. I was like, where you from though?
That's all, man. Hey, I'm a civilian.
He said, what they call you where you from?
Right, and then have the little Inglewood face. Where you from though? No, I know the conversation. He said, I know the conversation in the interview was good, but where you from though?
Fuck all that.
Get on the jokes.
Yeah.
Now, what high school you went to, man?
Granada, I mean, Poly High School in Sun Valley.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man.
So, yeah.
But yeah, man. Anything else you want to tell? Cause I know you said you gotta get out of here, man. But
Yeah,
anything
for
else you want to talk to people, promote, or anything you want to say before you get out of here? Where the people to find you on Twitter and Instagram?
Yeah, man. Just keep up with me. I got like you said, I got a lot of bags, So I got a lot of things coming up. Young Nova, Jay Stone, and my main two artists I'm working with, the ones that we're really pushing forward right now. So All Money In, Last Battalion Music. I got a YouTube channel coming up.
Okay.
So definitely look out for that. People checking in, man, on this interview.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So just look out for anything I'm gonna be putting out. Like I got a lot of things in mind, So
Okay.
We really take that 25/8 no breaks model, to
like
the heart.
that.
Like
Heard
we
that.
work
10
hard.
toes down.
Yeah. Just find me, on Twitter. It's I am Lico. On Instagram is DJ_Lico. You can follow me on Snapchat too. That's Dopest Lico, DOPEST Lico LICO. Yeah, man, and just make sure to go listen to Carpe Diem by Young Nova on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. Jay Stone, he got multiple mixtapes right now, so make sure to go tap in. Just type in Jay Stone, all his music will come out. And we have a new music video actually that just dropped from Young Nova for the song RWTW, Roll with the Winners. It's on YouTube right now. Just type in Young Nova, YUNG YUNGNOVA. And just go check that out on YouTube right now, man. We got another video too that's gonna release on Tuesday this week, this upcoming Tuesday. It's called Goals by Young Nova as well. So yeah, man, you know, we just out here and you know, trying to get these dreams, you know, make them come true. So
I feel like your dreams already happening, bro. You speaking it into existence. You helping people out. You know, I just want to commend you because I came in late, but when I'm hearing you speak and you know hearing your plan, bro, like I respect you so much, and I just want to say thank you on behalf of the culture that you're trying to change people's minds and the way they think, and then also utilizing the history of DJing to not only you know help yourself, but also help the youngins coming up to know that. You know, this art isn't dead, and we've still got work to do so we can progress as a whole. So I respect it, bro, for sure.
Definitely, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all having me here, too.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, bro. This ain't going to be the last time. We ain't going to wait another 3 years.
Nah, ain't going to happen.
By the time I come back, I'm full Jamaican, bro.
You going to have the dreads and everything. In a line, right. Hey, so yeah, man. Hey, man, we want to thank you for coming down, bro. Everything was amazing, bro. Man, it's funny. Like I said, man. 3 years later, after we met the first time, see, man, he hit me up. We chopped, like we said, chopped it up on IG. He texted me. I looked at my phone. It was a picture of me and him taking a picture right here behind
That's crazy.
behind it. Because I don't really store people's numbers,
Yep.
and I just got an iPhone, bro. So I was like, "Fuck." You know when you first get a phone, you're like, "Well, let me see the shit it do." Yeah. So man, DJ Lico, man, we'd like to give a round of applause, man, and thank you for coming out and supporting, man. And we love supporting you too, bro. So anytime you want to just come down on a Thursday, man, you're more than welcome to just come down and spin.
Yeah, we'll be out.
Hell yeah, man, just come down, bro. But like I said, man, it's DJ Show, man. Make sure y'all follow DJ Lico, man, and make sure if y'all need any, man, hit him up, man. He got artists. He got a mix. He doing a DJ Khaled, but his way though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
DJ Khaled, the underground.
Oppositional behavior, man.
Yeah, oppositional behavior.
DJ Lico.
And when is that? Do you have a date for that to drop?
Nah, see, what we're doing with this album is I'm taking my time. Like, I don't want to put a date yet.
Okay.
We're like 95% done because I'm taking it step by step. Like, just one of the songs is already taking like 3 weeks, just in the mixing of it. And I'm trying to have like 15 songs.
Okay,
bro. The best food take the longest to cook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel me?
Not no hot dogs.
Nah, for real. That's that home cooked meal. I don't take your time with it, bro. So it'll be exactly what you want it to be.
There's a lot of people involved, all the artists, got different producers, engineers, and everybody working on this. So it should be a good album, man. I wanted to, just sound the best, so that these people can have opportunities and doors open for them after the album.
Yes, sir. Well, hell yeah, man. Let's go ahead, man. Let's give a round of applause for DJ Lico, man. You know what I mean? There we go. But yeah, man, that was DJ Lico with us, man. We appreciate you for coming through, man. We appreciate everything, man. We definitely want to do another interview when you drop the mixtape or whenever you got something coming up, man. Like I said, man, we definitely can't wait for you to come back down here, man. But for sure, man, like any events, man, make sure you let us know, man. Shit, more than likely, man, we'll pull up.
Yeah, pull up.
Hell yeah, most definitely, man. But anyways, man, this be your boy DJ Show. We're about to go on a commercial right now. Shout out to DJ Lico, Nipsey, all money in, all money in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's been a pleasure. You know what I mean? Keep grinding, keep growing, bro. Don't let no negativity stop you, man. You're a positive dude, and I see you came out and you're serious, all the way from Granada Hills. Motherfuckers gonna come out from down the street. That's just real, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, we're about to go ahead and get out of here, man. I mean, not get out of here. I'm sorry. We're about to go ahead and
Smoking with Joe Boys.
Smoking with Joe Boys, man. Man, we're about to get to our regular schedule, huh? Yeah, most definitely. But this be your boy DJ Show. We're about to get into this bounce ball by the Doc when he got voted #1 on the top 10 at 10 on Plan A Radio. It's DJ Show. Man, appreciate you. That's what's funny. Yeah, you got a picture, that's right. Oh, yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. You already know, bro. Yeah. So what kind of event is it tonight? Yeah, it's tonight. Club event or what? No, it's a lounge. Oh, yeah, we might have to go down there, bro. And it's tight because I was up there thinking about doing my doing something like this doing my radio station. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's dope as fuck, man. Okay, for sure, man. Yeah, I'm with that shit. Hey, yo, you smoke weed? You know I got the I just you know I got the stemmer, bro. You know what I'm saying, LA? Yeah, it's a one is like a 3-course meal, $50, and the other one is 100 for the VIP. Yeah, let them know I'm sending your info. I was with Crazy on like 2 nights ago and I had my traffic in there. Yeah, so I think, you know, you got a radio station too, did I tell you? Wilson. Crazy Ball. Oh, yeah, you got oh, you've been working with us, huh? So you know how this radio station is. Yeah. Yeah, you got a radio station. And yeah, man, how much you charge me? Sorry, I was late, bro. No, you good, man. I got this beat right now that I need beats for 27. Yeah, I'm gonna let you listen to it though. You gotta come right now. Alright, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna take it right now. We're about to walk in here.
I'm just always busy or shy, so I gotta break out of that. But I'm performing this Friday. They're hosting like a new talent event. Looks like overseas. Like basically. Pick it up there. It's a
Thank you, I appreciate it. Most definitely. I'm glad you came and thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, we try to keep it great as possible. We try to keep it lit as possible. But yeah, I'm really like yeah, I know. I gotta yeah, I wanna green screen. Yeah, you're right. That's right there. Oh, alright, for sure, man. That was nice meeting you, G. Okay, that's all. We ain't finished yet, though. Nah, we gotta get some pictures with me.
If you can't, email it. You can take me some.
Another track I'm on.
This shit right here? It's really like, that's what's called oppositional behavior.
Call it money, I call it options. Too many bands and they keep falling on my wallet. Niggas in the trenches, you be bothering. Looking like nice loser, bitch, I'm styling. Yeah, I want some other shit, but you're the bitch. You talk to love, but I don't think it ain't shit. See this money on me, I'm like a fucking clothes. I signed a deal for the rap bitch, I wanna go. I fuck a bitch on all the Uber, she hop on that scooter. 30 for that 30, I ride on my shorties. This ain't no no music. No music. Hey, get Yo! Hey, man, go with the vibe.
hours right now.
I got the same one for 4 hours.
4 hours, we good.
Still walk.
You said I gotta eat. Huh? Don't worry. Right, do something while I'm soggy right now. The waffle is doing like this. In there. Man, I got a McGriddle. Y'all ain't know I got a McGriddle. With no beef. I'm vegan.
Still fuck, yes. Network, my face, my chest. Fuck it up, oh, you're the best. Ass up, get down. It's just me, baby, my bitch. Say time, terror. My bitch, so your bitch, she big, she snorts, sleep bitch, these hoes, free throw. What's that? Foul bitch, no cash, broke ass, cash out, foul bitch. Find a lake, jump off, be hoe, red nose, what's that? Foul bitch, wait for my friends, I'm the fast from the cash, what you doing with them bands? Bust it, oh my window, bro nigga look like he oughta know, she want a nigga who can, make it splash, make it splash, make it splash, make it splash. Too quick, I know, she call my dick, I'm a star, I'm swimming in the ocean. Call me Clarence Carter, bitch, cause I be stroking. Her booty bigger than my future, I got that stick tongue. Hit her with that stiff dick, make that bitch quick. I get blue balls if she wearing blue lip gloss. I want you to jump on that dick, crisscross. I love pussy, I'm far from crisscross. Where's your legs? I hit that pussy with a hit toss. I got that president to decor it. I'm a better than your nigga. That's all I'm a real player. Your nigga real mushy. Let me Peter Piper pick a pen up in that pussy. Joe is the man with the plan that'll hit you with that gun, with that tongue, gang the blow your socks. Squirt like Michael Phelps, dig hard like rock. I just killed the pussy. Somebody call a cop. Shout. Take a picture with your bitch. I'm not letting on my flash. I'm the fast from the cash. What you doing with the man? Oh, my window. Hey, bro, nigga look like he oughta know. She want a nigga who can make it splash, make it splash, Jamaica, like Jordan, K-Roll, swimming pool.
Yeah, what we first. Hey, I know you was laughing when I screenshot trying to do the
Yeah,
picture
yeah,
out.
I was like, damn, bro.
I'm just so anything that you have going on, if you want to interview, show, video.
Hey, man. Like I said, McGriddles is what? McGriddles is Sony Walker. That's what they is. Sir, they sold you over, so that's what I gotta do.
Videography also.
Hey, where my phone? Hey, I see my phone. Oh, it's right there. Thank you, bro. Yeah, please. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
It's a blessing, huh?
Yeah, take a picture real quick. We'll do one more.
Okay.
And then you gotta go. Good shit, bro. I like the interview. It was dope. For sure.
Okay, so I'll send him or I'll just take the photos on
Today?
yeah.
Yeah, send me that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Some nigga be there just checking in one time with you, kid. Playing that radio, DJ show, holla at me.
Alright, big dog. We're gonna be linking for sure. For sure, bro. Have a good one. Alright, bro. Take care. Nice meeting you as well. Alright, bro. Have a good one. Nice meeting you.
For your life, for my life, family and my friends, folks in the city, don't hustling is got or nothing. It's got or nothing, hey, it's got or nothing, nothing. 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 That's it. I change, I've been strapped stuck the way I gotta make it through. It's time to end me, girl. I can't make the wrong move. Like they don't believe in breaks. They go married, dog. We gon' move this day away. This all forever, dog. I could keep the long way. Running for this paper, dog. Gotta get white from mama straight. I pull up in big cars, looking like a dinosaur. Same color rap song. I'm just grinding southern boy. I came up with rap. Then I turn to trapping, still find my way past it. Focus ain't no catching, with nothing to lose. All out the game, 805, I love the swing. 805, I love the swing. 805, side by swing. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can fear no evil. Is there a heaven for gangsters? Is there a heaven for me? Is there a heaven for you? Is there a heaven for me?
weed?
You quit?
I'm taking a break.
I got a clip.
Hey, where the fuck I'm from?
I got a clip.
Oh, you got some?
I got a little clip.
Oh, why?
I got a clip.
I want to smoke. You got some weed? Let's go.
I'm just trying to get these right.
So thighs, nigga?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Size right. I'm hitting that shit. Nah, but real shit, why this?
You could, it's literally a little clip. You can have it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Look at God. Man, I need you, man. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people do a lot of this.
I'm a stand by you.
Yeah, I feel
And
you.
you soak in.
Look at that joint. I think I'm just messing this up. Look at here real quick. See here, and then tell me when we get these two chairs right here. Let me see it.
Yeah, because
You see both of us? Hold up. I got you. Get in my snap. Got my little cousin, the radio station. You know, she about to throw down. You heard me? DJ Peasky. Well, I gotta check it down.
Wait. The lighting.
Ready? No, we know. It's been like that. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Egypt by Lee, you feel me? Right in the studio of Planet Radio, and I got my little cousin here today, you heard? That's going down. Stay tuned. If you ain't watching, you better stay tuned, because it's going down. Look at your dimples. No,
Don't laugh too hard. You might get.
I'm funny as shit.
You might be in trouble.
Wait. Oh. Annoying.
shit back from attack. Yeah, I come with the Mac, click, clack, bitch.
Saving it.
Click, first of all, I'm hot.
Hide shit. Paige can't hide it. Her next stands all over her face.
It's so bad. My parents probably always knew that I was.
Check. Check into the mic, Egypt Ali. Freestyle 1, 2, motherfucker 3. See, this is what I do. I'm about to flow on the beat. Matter of fact, flow on the street. Matter of fact, I'm flowing the tree because I'm high as shit. Matter of fact, I'm fly as shit. Why I sell? Why is
Huh? Why is make it drip, bitch? I was flowing though. Do you heard? Not really?
Ready?
Okay.
Hold on. Get close to the mic.
Listen.
It's Peasky checking it.
Okay, yeah. It's Peasky on the beat. Yeah, I come with the heat. Come with the heat. Yeah, I'm fucking hot. Am I alive with this?
I was trying to at least save it, damn.
Listen, I'm ready. Thank you. Uh-huh.
Yeah, let him sit there, Paige.
Here?
Yeah, he about to sit right here. You want to get on the mic?
Yeah.
Bet it. Oh, DJ Peasky in the building. Da,
Give me.
It's
Give
this
me.
L double D. L double
Oh,
D.
y'all about to get on
Oh, you can mix that joint in there.
Oh, listen. What? Listen. What? Listen. I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm with that shit. You a bitch. Yeah, you a bitch.
No. We're going to probably, I don't know.
We're going to do like 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah, usually, if we don't have an interview, we'll just go live with everybody just doing the hosting. But if we got an interview,
I'm gonna bring up Bill Cosby and I'm gonna bring up mindfulness and like stopping action before you actually get to that point. So we're listen, motherfuckers, it's Peasky in the radio. Oh, Peasky on the social hour.
Say again.
Yeah, nah, he got some time.
Peasky on the social hour. Peasky on the social hour.
Plan A radio.
Plan A.
Plan A.
Plan A radio. Peasky on Plan A radio. This is the social hour.
I'm about to send you my cash app, bro.
All right, it's a bet.
John, let me know, time-wise, like how long once we gotta wrap it up for me so I can leave. Yeah. That's gonna be difficult. We will have to do it after the show's over, like, and we can use this space. Yeah. So that was like our interview piece. Now we're about to go on to like today's topics and news, and then after that we can go into some drops. But he could like try to catch my drops while I'm doing it, or just catch me talking and then add the drops in at the end, whatever. So, but yeah, I missed it. Well, I missed it. You weren't here when I did my drop when I came in because it was all over. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna make sure it happens again. Oh hell no! Yeah.
Yeah, I be going in.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Damn, is
Nico
your
was like,
coffee done?
that show?
No, what's up with it?
I don't remember. When we was on dancing and shit, that's all.
Oh, you waking up with your big.
I do. I like 2 cups of
Oh,
coffee.
you was on that shit?
He was like, that show?
Pour some water in here.
And what he say?
You was fucking with him.
Yeah, oh, that's dope as fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I need to get a record with him.
Yeah, I know.
Her hair is lit though. Pour me some water. Her hair is lit though.
Oh yeah.
You don't care. You don't. Oh yeah.
Sorry. Forgive me. I'm not very new.
She just need a man. That's all.
Check.
I be
Egypt
on that
Ali.
one.
Check.
I be on that one
Egypt Ali.
too.
Yo, what's good? This be your boy DJ Show from Plan A Radio. We back live right now. We just had a dope-ass interview with DJ Lico. Shout out to DJ Lico, man. Man, it was live, man. What y'all think about that interview, man?
Hey man, that interview was smooth like butter, man. Smooth like the butter on my waffles right now. That's been here for 2 hours.
Why does he have waffles in the studio? He out of pocket.
You know what I'm saying? I got to McGriddle, but no, that interview was like great, and I just love to see people understanding that their craft is to empower and not to be a, you know what I'm saying, enemy of progress. And he's really empowering a lot of youth out here, so I really salute that.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that like he's doing it in a lane that people keep saying has died down, but I just seen so many different things going on, like the DJ event that Brother Cove hosted. It was several different DJs from several different areas, you know, coming together to battle it out with DJs. And it's like when you listen to the crowd loves the fact that the DJs know what songs go with what songs to mix them together. Because at the end of the day, music is very influential over the masses. When you think about the way your emotions change, when you hear certain songs, your emotions change, your vibe changes. So I think it's important what he's doing for the culture and not only helping those artists that are already on, but helping those artists that are trying to get on. That's one thing I respected about him so much. And the fact that he's trying to extend his help to the youth and also not only saying, you know, this is how you do it, he's teaching them, you know, at his own pace. This is what can be done, and not only am I teaching you, you know, the styles in which how to do it, but the history that comes along with it. That's what I respect from him so much, you know. So shout out to him and salute to him for real, for real. He's a good brother.
Oh yeah, hey, that shit was dope, man. Like yeah, like it's funny because like right now, man, I just got a whole lesson like on DJing and you know what I'm saying on like how everybody's trying to get involved and not just looking at the DJ no more like Snoop, Wiz Khalifa, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like, hey, I want to make the crowd move with other people's music, like, and they're not being selfish. It's like, you know, they kind of like giving back, and these is real rappers that's really promoting other rappers' music in the clubs and, you know, in events, like, you know, to music they like and they know other people like. So I think that's pretty dope. So shout out to DJ Lico for coming through. All right, so the topic of the day, man, you know, we had a crazy week, some topics. So we're in the topic segment of the show right now. So first of all, my niggas from Philly.
You hear me?
So would y'all like to present the great news that Philly natives
I would like to take my time to talk about Bill Cosby on the show. Listen,
go ahead, Egypt.
We're gonna say, you know, dreams and nightmares. You know, shout out to Meek, you know what I'm saying, coming home. So that's the dream, but the nightmare of the hour right now is Bill Cosby. You know, he was found guilty, and it's just like when we talking about this topic and we talking about, you know, prominent people like Bill Cosby, it just flusters me because it's like, is he really? First off, why was it brought up right now? All the things that he did so long ago, I was brought up right now. And that's not to take away anything from the things that he's done with these women. But at the same time, it's like the only reason why I was brought up right now is because he was in the process of doing something very prominent as a black male. And they decided to find him guilty for something that happened in the past simply because he was about to do something that will change the way of thinking of all blacks around the world. And I don't think they want us to do that. Think about it like this. Viacom bought BET. Now, when you watch BET, the same content that we were watching growing up that influenced us to do better, to be better, isn't the same stuff that we're watching now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think Bill Cosby had a plan to change and manipulate the way we think into a positive direction, and they weren't liking that, so they tried to figure out a way to get him caught up inside the culture of society. And now we got him going to jail, and he's probably going to spend the rest of his life there.
But look
That's
at the
crazy.
timing. I'm Peasky on the Plan A radio. Guys, I gotta tap into this. I just feel like the timing is crazy as well. Like, Meek comes out and they take Bill from us. I think like everything was planned. Everything is systematic. It's all planned out. But damn, Meek is out.
Yeah, hey man, listen, I'm hyped about that though. Shout out to Meek for being home.
That shit's really crazy. It's powerful. I hope he comes out with a new like plan, a new motive, like to help people who actually been in the same situation that he was in. For 5 months, that's a long time. We were talking about that behind commercial. Like 5 months is a long time for you to get your mind right, like on some mindfulness, some clarity to get everybody in order. But it's sad that they took Bill from us. The
It's
rest
like you
of his
get
life,
one win and you get one loss. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't have both. That's kind of messed up. And it's like, does Meek feel like he has a responsibility to start being more of a social activist outside of him just being an artist?
I mean, I feel like it was a time when Meek was going on this thing, you know, battling with everybody from your Drakes to your Games and everybody that sort. But then there was a time when he hooked up with Jay-Z, and I feel like he glowed up at that point. Yeah. He was, you know, really starting to, you know, push the fact of, you know, police brutality and the ignorance that has gone on with his own court case, because that shit happened when he was like 18. You know, that happened when he's 18, and now it's haunting him. He literally, you know, does a wheelie on a bike, on a motorcycle, and he goes to jail for 5 months. That's ludicrous. That's crazy. We have weed that is now legalized, and we have people that have been in jail for 20, 30 plus years for marijuana and different cases of that sort. So Meek getting free, like, I don't want people to think that was a Meek problem. No, that's a black people problem, Meek being in jail. Because blacks being incarcerated and our heroes, Bill Cosby, Prince being killed, Tupac being killed, Michael Jackson being killed, these are not happening by just chance. No, these are happening because they're trying to kill our pride. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I feel like Meek has been bossed up, and I feel like he's already come out with a plan to definitely help fix your judicial system with a good backing. And I just feel like a lot of other rappers need to boss up in that same mentality, because entertainment is power. And he has to use his, just what, like, he's came out and now he has the world behind him, he has the Sixers behind him, he has Philly behind him, he has the world, everything behind him. He just has to use that power, and we all do.
Beyonce said his name on stage. That's how you know it's real.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how you know. But now you know what is crazy? I would have liked to see Drake show him love.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
When? I didn't catch it then. Maybe that's my fault.
The week Meek Mill got locked up in November, Drake was on tour, was on stage, and he was like, yo, free Meek Mill.
Oh, that's what's up. See, I respect that. I wonder what their relationship's going or dynamics going to be about, now that Meek is free and he did give him a shout out. I hope that, they come together and put out another banger, because when they was together, they put out some heat. You feel me? So that would be dope to see them working again together.
Rico, the reason they was beefing, so I don't know if they need to do another record.
Bro, hey, but they did have that church praise. That shit was hard.
That was lit.
Yeah, that shit was.
I think if you put them two together with the mindsets in which I think they're in now, it only makes for progressiveness as a people and as a culture when it comes to hip hop.
Right.
This summer about to be crazy.
Summer heat.
What?
Listen.
Meek is
Summer heat. Meek about to come out with some heat.
Shit.
But, I was about to say something about, another brother that's struggling right now. He might be in a sunken place. I think we should just talk about him right quick, since we talk about hip-hop in general.
Man.
But shout out to Kanye to the, you know what I'm saying?
My heart is heavy.
His tweets been crazy, though. They've been, like, real influential, I think. This tweet's been crazy.
Hold up. Shout out to Cleo real quick. Cleo, check in real quick.
Hi, this is the Queen Cleopatra on the air with everybody else.
She said that was hi, this is the Queen Cleopatra.
Hi, this is the Queen Cleopatra. You like that? Okay.
Shout out to the Queen.
Right. How you feel about this Kanye situation?
Sheesh, how does Kanye feel about this Kanye situation?
Right.
Kanye need to reevaluate a whole lot of things. We've been questioning him for a little while, and I think our motives have just been seared, because Kanye got a lot going on, and we can never determine what his antics are about. This is just so left field for him, just like everything else.
He should have kept his ass in school. That's what I think he should have did.
I think school was gonna be the worst thing for him, because
he needs some structure.
Right, the wrong type of crowd. Then he would have been against us.
I just feel like or he should have dropped out, because he did get his degree. Because when he was drop out Kanye West, man, that's when he was up there like, Bush doesn't care for black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? To, like, now we're in a Make America Great Again. It's like, dog, what, like, who, like, did you really go through with this Kardashian lifestyle? Like, what happened to you, bro? You know, some get out shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like,
I don't know, man. I think you know what it is, honestly. Like, granted, is he kind of in a sunken place? I believe so. But one thing that I commend him for is always allowing himself to be unchained. Nobody can hone in who he is. He's who he wants to be, when he wants to be. And no, he just said, you know what, are you going to give me limitations on me writing a book, and I can only have this amount of chapters and stuff like that? All right, well, bump that. Now I'm going to do what I want to do and make my stuff on Twitter. And I'm going to write a book on Twitter. And a lot of the stuff that he says is, I mean, even though he's in a different direction with some of the thoughts that he has, are positive affirmations that a lot of us do seek and a lot of us do need. And again, he's being his own man, his own person, without being structured. How many people wish that they could express that type of freedom? We all wake up every day with some type of routine and some type of structure that we're conformed to or assimilated to in today's society. Right now, Kanye is showing you and proving to you that, you know what, I could be me in whatever capacity that I want to be, and at the end of the day, nobody can stop me. So on that note, I commend Kanye because he's not allowing people to just put him in a box.
Yeah.
You know who else does the same thing? Trump. Trump and Kanye are running neck and neck. They do the same exact thing.
But two different motives behind it.
I didn't think about that shit. That's deep, though.
They do the exact same thing. If you look at it, Trump and Kanye have the exact
That's deep. I ain't think about that, but yeah, like.
All right, but Trump.
There's two different motives.
And another thing is though, Trump also has the access to missiles and war. Kanye ain't got that much power. You know what I'm saying? So
Trump running for president.
like that, yeah. So.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But he's free and dangerous. Like Kanye's free and like crazy a little bit. But this dude, Trump, is free and dangerous because he has that power to literally start a war. He's literally just doing whatever he wants to with the country that has a name bigger than his. Right. But yet alone, he has that much influence. Kanye's a little different.
To Claire's point, Trump been doing that before he was president.
Very true.
We knew who Trump was before he was president.
And he still somehow
got there, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just the society we live in. Social media runs the world. And you know what I'm saying? That's Trump is the same. They the same person.
That nigga Twitter game was on fleek.
Twitter fingers, man. Trump got some Twitter fingers, boy.
He tweets about everything.
He tweets about it. I've never seen a president, and that's why I just know this shit is all like planned, bro. Because there's no way a president can tweet that much about that much shit.
There's no way a president has ran their own social media platform prior to this one. He's running his own platform on social media. Also, not even that. Where does he find the time to do this? If he's supposed to be running a country, making choices about making things better for us, and he's talking about the missiles that he can send. Do you know how much these missiles cost? It costs $55 million to fix the pipes in Flint, and it costs, I can't remember the exact amount to actually make a missile, but I looked at it yesterday, and to make a missile, launch a missile, and actually be able to mechanically engineer that missile is like 5 times the cost to fix the pipes in Flint.
Get the fuck out of here.
So.
Did they give you an exact number of how much that was? Just curious about the numbers.
As far as what?
The missiles. No, the missiles.
I can look it up. It's not that. It's not.
Now we got Google nowadays. It's 2018, right? But bro, that just brings another point up where this guy who's phenomenal, who's a great speaker. His name is Prem Rawat, and he said, like, you know, we spend trillions and trillions of dollars on war, but how much money do we actually spend on peace?
What's his name?
Prem Rawat. He's like a motivational speaker, but he also talks about the spirituality within you and the God that lives within inside you and peace. Right. But one of the things that stuck out to me that he said in one of his interviews was that, like, we spend so much money on wars, but claim we want peace, but don't put no dollar amount to peace. Now, if we would change that money and put trillions of dollars into peace, then that's what we would have. But we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So just like, at the end of the day, with the society in which we are living in and the crazy people that feel like they can just do whatever they want to, Trump and Kanye, yes, they do think on the same type of level, but they both have two different civic engagements that they have as a responsibility for what they signed up for. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, like, Kanye, what he's doing right now, even though he is a little on the cuckoo side, he's also letting people know, like, from our generation, from, like, media or hip-hop or the culture, that we can do whatever we want to do whenever we choose to. Whereas Trump is, like, he's moving as a country, and we don't even have no say-so into what he's doing, and now it makes all of us look bad to other countries. And if I go to Africa, they're going to look at us like, oh, you Americans did this to Syria. Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus, like, you know, Kanye's like, he just did this to Twitter. It's not the same scale, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely agree with what you're saying. I don't know. As much as we want to look at Kanye as a certain way, I do appreciate the fact that he is unchained and he is doing what he wants and winning. Just the same thing as Cardi B. Cardi B is still the same Cardi B that was talking crazy and ratchet, and now she's making M's. And people respect her because she started at a place where people have been at before, at the very bottom. But now we're respecting her because not only did she make it to the top, but she did it her way unapologetically.
I will say that I really didn't like Kanye as an artist at first because of his arrogance. I'm really big on arrogance. But as an artist, I think he's amazing. But I do think his perception that he's coming out with now as far as, like, it being okay to not be quote-unquote cool, because I feel like the Y generation, everybody's too cool to, like, be themselves or, like, express themselves in the ways that they actually want to do. So I will give him that respect.
We were just watching comedy last night, and Jamie Foxx was on stage. He was acting. He was all running around. He was wilding. You don't see people doing stuff like that no more because they feel like if they do stuff like that, they're out of character or people going to talk about them. They're going to be on this social media outlet looking like a quote-unquote coon. But at the end of the day, that was comedy that when we watched it, we was like, yo, that was dope. Like, we talking about it, and we acting like them in the street. Yeah. And we say a certain word, and everybody's like, yo, remember that when, you know, Martin Lawrence did this, and like if you go back and watch even old Def Comedy Jams, like they was way more active than these comedians now that just stand in place and like they tell little jokes, they walk around, but they don't really give you the full. Like these comedians were not only comedians, but they were also actors. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I appreciate people like that bring different aspects to the culture of what it is they're trying to do instead of just being that one-dimensional person.
Right. It's just everybody too cool, man.
Yeah, that's real shit.
That's that Y generation.
Our generation just wants to just walk left. Nobody want to walk right. You feel me?
Everybody wants to be glorified.
Yeah.
But
behind the scenes.
Right. Behind the scenes, yeah. And everybody who was glorified, who was really leaders back in the day, they walked the opposite way of what everybody was doing.
Right.
So that's why you can't, like, Kanye West, man, that's my favorite artist, so this hurts a lot. But
I thought Rihanna was. We had this argument last week.
Kanye's my favorite male artist.
All right, cool. As long as you specify.
All right.
Say no.
All right, okay.
His name is called after Rihanna, just so y'all know.
But no, so.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yo,
But like I was saying, so Kanye, like, I just pray that he has a method to his madness because he usually always does. 808s and Heartbreaks, a lot of people slept on that album. And that was honestly one of Kanye's best musical albums. So hopefully there's a method to his madness with this Trump stuff that is like, okay, we're going to look back like, oh, all right, I got what you was doing, Kanye.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for that. But right now, yeah, I just can't rock with him. And apparently Rihanna, Soulja Boy, Drake, and a couple and more artists unfollow him too. From Twitter when he did that. So it's just like people just not rocking with him right now. I just don't understand where he's going.
What do we do to help this man? Like that's the real question. Like J. Cole, I forget what his album was called or what that record was called, but he was talking about False Prophets, and he was talking about Kanye inside of False Prophets.
Oh,
man.
It says it right here. Look, if you look at the screen, I was just pulled that up. That's funny that you said that.
Crazy, right? So we talk about False Prophets, but it's like the real question is, what do we do to help Kanye? Because clearly he's a struggling black man that's found himself, in this entertainment industry, and he's in a sunken place. Right now, we all watched Get Out. So we know what the sunken place is. Right now, he's in the sunken place. But instead of like us, lashing out on him on media outlets and stuff like that, we see him in this sunken place. What do we do as a civic responsibility to our community to bring him out of that place and put him back to where he used to be, a.k.a., Yeezus or whatever you want to call him? Because that's when he was the GOAT and everybody was like, yo, Kanye's lit. High School Dropout is lit. I love his music. I love the way he's carrying himself, and he's unapologetically black. But now it's like he's almost confused on who he is. So what do we do as a people, as a culture, hip-hop, or even as radio hosts? What do we do to reach out to help Kanye get out of this, place that he's in?
Who's to say that he's in a sunken place, though? Like, just like actors go see, we were talking about this yesterday, go see psychiatrists and embody the character that they're trying to be. Who's to say he's not trying to get into the character for his music, his next, his next project? Maybe he's not in a sunken place. Maybe he just wants to take time to himself, just like anybody else wants to. Isolation time.
I feel like it's a little bit deeper than time to itself, yeah.
He got a family, though.
He went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's a part of this Kardashian family.
Mm-hmm.
His wife's been kidnapped, robbed stuff.
That's
I think
true.
It's really deeper. I think it's a thing to say. It's a mental illness thing that I think Kanye West is going through.
Mm-hmm.
And we, as fans, we don't take the time to realize that. You know what I mean? We hear him say crazy stuff on Twitter, and we're wondering what's going on with him, but I think it's really deeper than anything that we can actually do right now. And it's also another thing that you said. It's like, I feel like it's a marketing ploy sometimes. Every time Kanye got some new Yeezys coming out, every time he got some music coming out, he say some crazy stuff, get people excited. He walking around with a Make America Great Again hat on.
It's crazy.
I think it's a 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
I can see
got
that.
Projects coming out, and like you say, he's in this character, in this persona. He's always been the anti-whatever. Whether he was on the black people's side or right now it's seeming like he's on the white man's side.
Yeah.
Everything that he makes right now caters to them, I feel like. You know what I mean? Yeezys ain't that cool to me. That's just my personal opinion.
They are comfortable, though. We'll say that. They are comfortable.
They're comfortable as hell, but if you go really out there and see all these people that are actually buying this shit, it's either someone of a different color. It's not really us.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
deep.
It's white people, it's Asian people. Kanye is like the #1 hype beast person. You know what I'm saying? And that's since he's came out. Since I've been in high school, people start wearing pink polos because of Kanye. Exactly. Also Cameron, but Kanye.
I'm about to say Cameron.
Yeah,
Dipset was real big on that.
People wearing Louis baton because of Kanye. You know what I mean? Kanye makes shit hot.
Nigga,
So,
he brought the backpacks back.
He also knows good press, bad press. It's all the same for him. He's gonna be Kanye.
Because press is press, right?
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's just another way to build his brand however he wanted to.
So then I gotta ask you, bro, since you saying this, do you feel like Kanye is not for the culture? Kanye's just for like the money? Because right now, what you say, I mean, granted, him wearing a Make America Great shirt again is a little contradictory to like, you know, the content that he put out in previous years. So right now, I guess my question for you is, do you feel like instead of him being for the culture, he's more so like, you know, against it in a sense?
No.
Kanye's, I don't think he's fully against the culture, but like I said, he's an anti-person. He just recently came out and said that Obama didn't do nothing for Chicago. You know what I mean? So if you heard him say that Obama didn't do nothing for Chicago, what will be the team that he's gonna be on next?
That's true.
You know what I mean? So whatever he don't like, he gonna jump on the other side. The time when he said George Bush don't like black people, he was speaking that real shit. They don't. Then we got a black man in the White House, and I'm just gonna be real. Has that black man in the White House changed certain things in Chicago from being from Chicago? You know what I mean? That man is from Chicago, Kanye from Chicago, so I think that's what it could be. It could be a jab at all of that. You know what I'm saying? He putting this on this kind of like a fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, because
I don't know though.
No, but I'm saying Donald Trump talked that shit. What Donald Trump gonna tell you? He gonna tell you, I'm gonna bring jobs back. I'm gonna do this. I'm not saying he's going to do that, but that's what Donald Trump talked. And what did Kanye also talk? He talked that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like we were saying, they're like one and the same almost. Right?
Yeah.
Right now in Kanye's career. Like, so I try to distance Kanye's music from Kanye's personal life because Kanye mean a lot to me as growing up. You know what I mean? When Kanye dropped that college Dropout, that's one of my favorite albums. Top 5. You know what I'm saying? Top 5. That changed my life at a certain time when I was younger. You know what I mean? It brought me hope. But now it's like, even with his last album that came out, it was good music, but it didn't have the same impact on the culture.
Yeah.
It was some hype beast shit, and I think that's what Kanye's on. And for all of us that love Kanye, I think we need to take a step back and let that nigga handle his life because we're not gonna get the old Kanye back. We're gonna have moments, he gonna tease you of the old Kanye, and then he gonna go back in his shit. He gonna go hide in the cave and say some crazy shit.
See, but that brings you back to the same question that we kind of had previously. Is like, what is an artist's responsibility to the culture or the people that, or the consumer? What is their responsibility as a role model, or do they just be an artist? Like Rihanna said, I just want to be an artist and not a role model.
They have none. Yeah. It's up to that person. That person got to have it in their heart to be that. You know, a couple weeks ago, we was talking about our coach said we the disciples in a sense. You know what I mean? Not everybody's that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Kanye portrayed that, but
That's a crazy statement.
That's tough though, because you're literally talking about a person that we're putting money into their pockets, right?
Don't spend.
And at the end, now granted, I'm not, but at the same time, it's kind of like contradictory in a sense. Like, we're giving you this platform to be this person, and you're getting money from our spending, but yet you're not going to have a responsibility. And I feel like they should, because at the end of the day, all right. So like for instance, I'm Egypt Ali, right? The reason why I use the last name Ali, I want to be connected to Muhammad Ali, right? Muhammad Ali, not only was he one of the best fighters and boxers ever,
right,
but he also, no matter how high his celebrity was, he stood for social justice because he had a responsibility to his community and to his people that helped him be at the stature he's at, to be like, you know what, hey, this isn't right for my culture and my people. So when at the end of the day, when you see people like Meek Mill, who just getting out of jail and had so many people supporting his cause, and then imagine he didn't fulfill that responsibility as a artist to say, you know what, injustice is being done, but not only to me, but to the black community in general. I feel like that's something that you should take, because at the end of the day, you had support from people that didn't have to give you none, and now you're out in the streets. So that's my whole thing when it comes to, like, you know, people like that.
Well, what I would want to say to Meek, I'm gonna just be real. I don't want Meek being my activist.
I feel you on that.
That's it. Why? This is because I want Meek to be Meek. You know, do you stay in your lane?
But that could be his lane, like it.
Don't be drinking champagne with a beer belly type, beer gut. You know what I'm saying? That's not Meek's lane. Meek could say that there was injustice going on. He could start a foundation. He could do all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, Meek Mill's gonna be that Philly nigga, that Philly goon, making street music.
Circumstances make people get new lanes. Just saying.
And
it
does.
Okay. Malcolm X wasn't always Malcolm X.
I know he
for
wasn't.
sure.
He wasn't. But I'm not looking. We reaching for these celebrities to be that person, and I don't think it might. I think it's gonna be one of us, a regular dude that's gonna take it to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not up to the celebrities all the time. That's their lane is to be entertainers. We holding them to like a high standard, which we gonna be let down.
So
we let down by Kanye right now. That's kind of how you feel, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I respectfully and highly disagree with that statement. I do want Meek to be my activist because look at it. We're gonna take it back to the Bible. We're gonna take it back to talking about disciples. The disciples in the Bible were not great people before they were disciples. They were rapists, alcoholics, tax evasion, and crazy things like that. Jesus takes people that have been through it or that have done it and changes them into what he needs and uses them as a tool. So Meek Mills has been through it his entire life. So why is somebody that has been through it not the person that we want to look to be that change?
Okay. What I have to
speak
say
on
that,
it.
No, I'm speak on that. But guess what? I feel like I'm Meek Mills. I've been through the same shit as Meek Mills. I've been incarcerated.
I
you feel
respect
me?
that.
I've been shot. I've been on the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna look to Meek Mills to be the activist. If he does do that, congratulations. I respect you. I'm glad you're home. You're doing the right thing for the culture. But you're not my superhero. You feel me?
Sure.
That's just as simple as that. I feel like the people that's here in this room and doing like-minded things like us, we all been through stuff. Everybody goes through stuff. So that person could be anybody. So what I'm just saying, I don't disagree with you guys, but I'm not going to sit here and expect for Meek Mills to be the person to make the change. That's it.
You know what? Now hear me. Don't wait for it. Hear me what I said.
And go do it myself.
Hell yeah.
And I'm a team up with the people that I feel that could do that. I'm not gonna look for Meek Mills to do it. That's all that I'm saying.
No. I feel that. I feel that.
Respect can't change. But I'm just saying I'm not. People in life, we talking about Kanye letting the culture down. We shouldn't really be having to talk about Kanye letting the culture down. We should just be like, we waiting for his music, wait for it to drop, and if we fuck with it, we fuck with it. If we don't, we don't.
It's crazy.
Right.
I feel like, you know what? Because we let the culture down all the time. You know what I'm saying? As people that are in the culture, let the culture down all the time. You think about black on black crime and stuff like that, and just like selling, heroin in your own communities and stuff like that. Exactly, you killing your own people. So I do feel what you're saying as far as like, one of us need to emerge instead of having to be a celebrity. But like another thing that is different from being a celebrity and like, one of us doing is that when we're in the age of social media, they have a bigger platform and a bigger following that they're able to reach that we're not able to reach right now. So like for instance, when you think about like MLK and Malcolm X, we had a conversation as to would they be as influential right now when it comes to just somebody being a speaker, because we have the age of social media. So if it's not a video with a visual aid that has a story behind it, it's hard for us to really like follow that person in a leadership role. So that's why I think, like for instance, for me, my real government name is Dustin Fowler, right? I go to a school right now and I speak to kids. I'm like, yeah, my name is Dustin Fowler and this is how I feel. They be like, oh, that was just Dustin Fowler. But if I make my name big enough as Egypt Ali and I go back to that same school and I say, you know what, to a little black boy, you can be whatever you want to be. You're great. And I said it as Egypt Ali, they're going to be like, oh my God, I remember when I was 10 years old and Egypt Ali said, I have the potential to do this. That's why it's important for people that have that stature and that light over their name to speak up and speak out, because they are at that point where they can reach more people. So I'm not saying that it's not a civic engagement for us as, people that are part of the culture, but not with that, at that hierarchy to say it. But at the same time, it's like, I think that it's an even greater responsibility because they have that platform, because they have that voice right now over the people and the masses, that they should speak out, because they can't change that he's black. He can't change that he grew up, and the culture is what made him Meek Mill.
Right.
So at the end of the day,
It's your environment.
exactly. So at the end of the day, I feel like he has a responsibility to help benefit his environment.
I don't know though. How can you place that responsibility on
Right.
one person when a lot of us don't do it ourselves though? You know what I mean?
That's
like
real.
you could start it from the bottom. Everybody could be taking that responsibility. So to hold that expectation on somebody just because he has money behind his name, he grew up in the same lifestyle that we did. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to reach out and actually help people and do it with the right resources. But you brought up mental health. I'm really big on mental health. That's my field. But some people don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know to go seek therapy, or they don't know to go. So what they do is isolate themselves. What I feel like Kanye is doing. They don't want to talk. They don't want to go seek help because we were always taught to be strong and to take care of ourselves. So what do? You isolate yourself. You're going to be around your family, what he's doing. It may look crazy to you, but maybe that's how he's coping with the shit that he's dealing with. You know, I don't know. You can't place that responsibility on one person just because they got money. Not everybody has access to, everybody does have access to change the world or help out the next person or anything like that. You can't place all the responsibility on him. I hope Meek comes out though and does the same shit. Sorry to cut you off.
And to that point, like, you really can't place that responsibility because at the end of the day, it's a job.
Yeah.
So you got a delivery man delivering you a pizza. When that delivery man comes, he has a chance to speak to you. But does that delivery man have a responsibility to now empower you?
I love this.
He always gets
Oh, you love it.
I gotta check in on that. Listen, hold on, time out. Let me say something.
He's getting a tip, he's getting paid. So
Right.
this person in the industry is getting a tip and getting paid to make music. That's their job.
But this is the difference between what you just said, the Pizza Man, versus Meek Mill. Let me bigger platform, but
They have a job.
I feel what you're saying. I'm gonna break this down real simple for you right now, because yes, that is a very valid point because you used metaphorical Pizza Man versus Meek Mill. But when you think about the society and ways in which we move, right? And what also moves the society in which we live, music is a very focal point in our political issues, our controversial conversations that we have, and pizza delivery is not.
But I just
So at the end of the day, he is literally spewing out words verbally to influence the masses.
Yeah.
The Pizza Man has no influence except for over my food
But
that gets
I just
want to
make music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't come into the industry. Rihanna said it herself. I didn't come in the industry to be a role model.
Oh, so then, all right, for instance, Rihanna herself said that, right? But she's the same person that unfollowed Kanye for being normal. I mean, for speaking out what he wanted to say, whatever like that.
Because she don't like that shit.
Exactly.
She has a choice.
That's my point is, though, she has the choice to, like, unfollow him, but she didn't like what he said because he's not doing his responsibility as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Speaking out, and he's speaking this...
No,
he's speaking
she don't fuck with Trump.
Because she don't, because this, you associate with Trump, black people gonna disconnect from you. That's common sense.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, if you're not being that person for black people, they're gonna start unfollowing you.
No, it's not just that. I hear what Cole's saying. You know what I mean? He kind of got you with that one. You know what I mean?
I ain't rocking with that, dog. I'm not rocking with that.
When I hear Meek, you know, I want to hear his bars. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, another thing is, when did he get out of jail?
2 days ago.
Then let him take some time, get himself together. People already on Twitter right when he getting out talking about he need to be the next activist. He need to do something for black people.
Yeah, I ain't saying it like that,
you know what
though.
I mean? But that's all that I'm saying. If you don't mean it like that, let's just give this man some time. If he become an activist, he gonna put it in his music. I think, if anything.
Yeah.
You gonna hear him say.
Oh yeah, and the platform in which, like, that's like saying, like, for instance, like Colin Kaepernick, he took a knee in his field. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was on the football field when he was being an activist. I'm not saying Meek need to be going and be city councilman. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, through his music, he needs to be somewhat of an
I'm gonna
activist.
give Meek credit. Meek's already done made songs that's
For
talking
sure.
about things. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's not ask too much from him.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that no one has a responsibility to be anything that they don't have in their heart to be.
Can I say something too that kind of like it's kind of making me frustrated? Not with y'all.
Go ahead.
But like,
angry.
we watch, people that struggle when they go to prison and stuff like that. Either come out really skinny or they come out real husky. You know what I'm saying? Because they was down and out. They had to protect themselves from whatever they was going on, whatever. I ain't gonna hold you, Meek. You came out the pen fat as shit. You feel me? Like, you don't get locked up. Like Chris Brown, same thing with him. He came out the pen fat as shit.
That nigga like Sinbad when he came out.
Right. So everybody's struggle is not the same.
Exactly. Because he's in jail. He probably isolated, not around people. But you know why? Because he's Meek the celebrity. So why is we trying to, pump his shit up? He just came out of jail looking fat.
Right.
When Gucci came out of prison, after like 3 years, he came out on swole. His mind is right. He a new man. I don't ask him to be an activist, but he's a better person now, and I can see that. That's all I want from Meek, is to be a better nigga.
Damn. So do you think Gucci Mane's hard time was different than Meek's hard time?
No, it was different than
For sure. Hell yeah.
Jail, go to jail one day, it's all bad. But it's different levels to this. You see what I'm saying? He's in prison. Was Meek in prison or county jail? Which one was he in?
Right, it's a little different.
It's different. Even if he was in prison, he isolated by himself, and he got money.
But time out, was Gucci Mane Jim Pop though?
Yes, he was.
He was?
Gucci Mane was
Oh, see, I ain't know that.
I
ain't know that.
Yes, Gucci Mane's in there with murders, with real dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why he in there working out, getting his mind right, doing the right thing. Yeah, he got money. Yeah, he could eat right, but when you see me come out, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to see my people do better. You know what I'm saying? I know the system. My family's been in the system. I just want to see people do better. If me come out, be a better man, I'm cool with that.
For sure, man. Hey, look, man, we had a great show today, man. We kind of went over budget, but it's all good, though. It's all worth it, man. But look, man, this be your boy DJ Show, man. We had some great hosts today, man. We had a great interview with DJ Lico, you know what I'm saying? Anybody got anything last words to say?
I just want to say to the culture and to the people that matter the most, we have a responsibility as a whole, not just on the celebrities, not just on, the people that are considered activists, but as a whole to like change the mentality of the way in which we think and the ways in which we move so that we can progress as a people. And it can't just be an individual base, it has to be a unit. So we need to start working together to come up with some type of positive outcome so that we can, as a collective, not take over the world, but take over the world.
Word.
You feel me? Because right now we down and out. I think we down and out with the cop killings and just the different injustices that's been going around in the community. And what we need to do together is stick together so that we can progress as a people. That's it.
Most definitely, man.
Slight work, man. Salute. And definitely agree 200% with everything Egypt is saying. Me saying the statement about the pizza was not saying that we don't have a civil responsibility. I believe we do, but everybody doesn't believe we do. Shout out to Beyonce once again for Coachella, for using for using your art to be a positive change on HBCUs and black culture. Shout out to Rihanna for continuing to be an innovator and an elevator. Now coming out with her lingerie line. She has makeup, she has clothing, she has lingerie, she has her music. Rihanna is showing black women how to be empowered and how to be great. So continue to be empowered, and in whatever way you do show, continue to show what it is to be great so that others can emulate that.
Can I make a statement? One more. Again, this is P-Ski on the beat. It's like, I got a water line coming out, y'all. Y'all know I'm with the homeless population. That's what I do. So look out for my new water line coming soon.
Can we get a round of applause?
Hey, a round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Shout out to PC at the water line. Hey man, for people that don't know, by the way, this is my little cousin for real. And like she did when we first got here. I want to say it was only a couple weeks we was in LA. She went a couple of us. We went right up to what was it?
Rouse.
Huh? No, we went to Rouse, but then
Skid Row.
With Skid Row, I couldn't think of it. Went to Skid Row and gave out like dozens and dozens of water to the homeless, and like that was my first time really being up close and personal with like homeless people and having conversations with them. And some of them is like you think, oh, they just must have made a bad decision, but sometimes it's some difficult situations that they've been placed in that cause these outcomes. So I want to give a big shout out to you, cuz I respect that and commend you for sure.
Hell
yeah.
Had a good time today. You know what I mean? Yep. Keep it as that. It's your boy G Nice signing out on Plan A Radio. We don't have no Plan Bs over here.
Hey.
You
tell me where to find you at on IG.
If you're looking for me, you can find me on D12_G-Nice, spelled with a Y, GNYCE. Once again, D12_G-Nice on Instagram.
All right, my name Cole.
Okay, man, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter. Once again, Black Planet. You know what I'm saying? The works. You know what I'm saying? Tinder, all that. But at I am King Cole. At I am K-I-N-G Cole. I-A-M-K-I-N-G Cole. Signing out, man. Bless up.
AKA Mr. 4K.
Mr.
4K.
Oh, yeah.
Just go 4K.
We're going for 5.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. But you had like
427 and count 4,127 followers and counting.
Numbers.
Damn, he was just at like 3,900.
I was at 3,600 last week, man. It's just a blessing, man. Just continuing this radio shit is really working out. Just keep walking with the king, man. Keep walking in your ambitions and your aspirations. You gonna win.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Shout out to King Cole for making that 4K. All right, we got next. So we got next signing out.
All right. You know what it is. It's Egypt Ali live with DJ Show on Planet Radio, and I'm signing out. And I just want to say I love all y'all. Shout out to the culture for just being gangster. You hear me?
You told them where they can find you on Instagram?
Oh, real quick. I'm sorry, my bad. You can find me at EgyptAli_ on Instagram. Also go on Facebook. You can find me at Dustin Fowler, but I don't really get on that joint like that because that's not me no more. You know, I mean, it is me. I'm always going to be Dustin, but at the same time, in my responsibility, I became Egypt because I'm an intellectual and I'm about the craft of black culture. So, you know what I'm saying? Find me on EgyptAli_ on Instagram.
For sure, most definitely.
He's also on Black Planet too.
Christian Mingle.
Hey, yo, go ahead. Ain't nobody on that.
Hey, quick on the draw. Who we got the last but not least, definitely not least?
Oh, y'all want Peasky again?
You gotta sign off real quick.
You gotta sign off. You gotta give me your IG. You didn't give me your IG or nothing.
IG is at turn the _PAIJE. So follow me. Look out for my music and my water. I got you somewhere.
Different type of bag. Another bag. Another bag.
Another.
She's Jamaican.
She's certainly not Jamaican.
Yo, what's up? This be your boy DJ Show. We up there signing out, man, on Planet Radio, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all any indie artists out there, any businesses that need help growing online on Instagram, make sure y'all DM us or simply hit us up on planetradiostation.com or planetradiostation@gmail.com. You can also just hit us up, man. Make sure y'all check out the top 10 or 10. Top 10 at 10, gas or trash. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get your votes up for sure. But anyways, man, we signing out. It was a great show today. Thanks for all y'all for tuning in and everything else, man. This be your boy DJ Show. Oh, one more thing. Cinco de Mayo, May 6th. May 6th. I know it's May 5th. I know it's May 5th. I know it's May 5th. But we got a weed-infused dinner May 6th. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, tickets are starting at $50 for the 1:30 session. And then we have the 4:30 session. I mean, the 4:20 session. But, yeah, we got the 4:20 session. That is the VIP for $100. But, yeah, just signing off, man. This be your boy DJ Show. And we out. Go.